I love it.
It's nice.
All right, welcome to Hall Hoops and Happenings. It's second day of fall. Fall is here. I know I'm up in the mountains and it's gray and ugly up here already. Not even a full day of fall and it's already crappy up here in the mountains. But hey, fall is my favorite time of year. You know, shorts and hoodies and shorts and football, and we got basketball coming up. And hey, let's talk about today. We have, of course, our buddy Mr. Carino has had his preseason article. Anybody read it, by the way? I know it's behind
That's
the paywall.
not the one that you did last week. Another preseason.
No, he did one. He did one that was posted yesterday. He does it every year where he looks at Rutgers and Seton Hall in depth, but then he'll also touch into the other three programs and how he thinks they're going to do. So again, he does it on. I get the Bergen record for our St. Mary stuff. So I read the article. So again, I'll go through it again. And I'll pull out the highlights and whatnot.
Because he goes on our site and posts this thing, and then it's just like click, block, subscribe to the Asbury Park Press. I mean, it's like, come on, Jerry.
Luigi, four names, is having laptop problems. He'll be right on. Anyway, before we get started, before I start doing my producing stuff, to my right, Paul, just a fan. Paul, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well, Bobby.
Very good. Nick from Milburn, what's going on?
Not much, Bobby. How are you? A pleasure as always to join Eli, Christina, Paul, just a fan, and the one and only, often imitated Bobby Blackjack, the king of all podcasts. Has nothing on that St. John's guy who came on here and tried to hijack our show, but that's another story.
I gave him a start, so you know.
Yeah. you get that guy his start?
Yeah.
So he has 55 views, and we have 4. Oh, we hit 4,000 views, by the way. That's a milestone.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. And right below me, you have daughter Christina. Not my daughter, Nick's daughter. Hey. Christina, how are you?
Hey, Bobby, how are you?
And my protege down in the corner there, Eli. What's up? My
How's it going? Doing good.
I just told Eli I might Wally Pip him because Eli had to work on Saturday, so I did the PA for St. Mary football, and they won. So I don't know. Eli might get Wally Pip there.
Bobby, you and I are the only ones, maybe Paul, who know who Wally Pip is.
I explained it to Eli. Christina, you know what that means, Wally Pip?
Well, you know who Lou Gehrig is, right? The Iron Horse?
Yeah.
From the Yankees? Wally Pip got hurt for one game, came out, and never played again.
Wow.
Lou Gehrig played 2,500 and something straight games.
All right, well, Nick, take over for a little bit. Let me get some producing going so we get some viewers in here. I guess we'll start off with Sunday. I was disappointed. Nick, I appreciate your offer. Once I got the thumbs down from Seton Hall, I was like, okay, football day. So
what happened? I thought you were gonna.
Well, no, I was advised that it was a season ticket only event.
Oh,
ticket holder only event. And that they're going to have a separate media day
event,
for the women coming up. October 6th is it's a Monday. I should be able to make that. Is the men's media day for the media at the new. So that'll be. I'd say it's a couple weeks away. As a matter of fact.
I know it's almost October.
Time is flying by. Anyway, Nick, take it over, my friend.
Hey guys, what's going on? So before we get into that, I was thinking today about, we all have Seton Hall fandom and how we got it and how it got established. And let me just tell a quick story. I was in the 9th grade. I was at South Orange Junior High School. We were doing a teacher-student game that was going to be before the whole student body. And we had practice games like every day because the teachers were out of shape. So I was playing, and I was pretty quick then, and I had a good shot. I was on the left side. I got the ball. Fake left, went right, except the teacher, I'm not going to say his name, a little slower, stepped behind, went to catch up, and popped me in the nose. By accident, but he popped me in the nose and broke my nose. So I go home, and my dad is there with Nick Menza. I don't know if anyone knows who Nick Menza, legendary Seton Hall soccer coach and ticket guy. And also, and that's what Nick Menza was at my house for. Nick Menza was getting my dad tickets to at the Garden, because back then Seton Hall played about 5-6 games a year at the Garden. So, and he was also an athletic trainer. So I go in there and bandaged up or whatever. They take the bandages off, bleeding stop. And my dad goes, let Nick look at it. Nick's a trainer. Well, Nick looked at my nose, and I don't know if you ever saw Rocky. He proceeded to break my nose back in the So now that's why I have this little deviated thing and all breathing it. But it doesn't matter because, again, it's a thing of pride. But that's my connection to Seton Hall basketball. I love Seton Hall basketball from back in 74, 75, going to games at Walsh. Perfect segue into Walsh. They had a little get-together on Sunday. And I'm a season ticket holder. I actually have 6 season tickets, but the only ones that were used for this were Christina and I. So I'm going to start out, with Christina giving her thoughts of the event. I'll talk about it. And then I'm sure Paul and Eli and Bobby, if you have questions, because it went on for quite a while and we still have quite a bit. So, and I know people out there were interested. So Christina, you start off about the event from the beginning.
Yeah, the less technical stuff.
Yeah.
Well-run event, well-attended event. You could tell that Seton Hall put a lot of thought into it. We've gone to a bunch of stuff at Walsh. This one felt like a little bit more special. The food was a little bit more elevated. They didn't give you just a terrible towel. You actually got a flag.
A very nice
cool.
flag.
What?
Yeah, no.
So, he's got a prop. So they gave you a flag. A lot of people got it signed by the players. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice flag. You could get it signed by the players. We opted not to do that. But yeah, that was just general stuff. They had the women signing, then they had the men signing after their practice. So yeah, it was a very nice event.
They also had a raffle. And when you got in there, you each got a raffle ticket, and there were some pretty cool prizes.
I guess we didn't win.
Yeah,
we didn't get a phone call, so I guess we didn't win. But yeah, they had signed basketballs. They had the country club food event for the home games. They had front row at a bunch of different games. So a lot of good opportunities to get the season ticket holders involved.
So when we got there, we first I have tickets to the Walsh games. So they had those, and we picked those up. And then I was advised, I think, was it Sweeney? Someone told me, go sit on the left side. It's less crowded. Well, by the time we got to the left side, it was as crowded as the right side. So, I mean, the place holds like what, Bobby, 22, something like that, maybe?
Not like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, Christina, 14, 15, maybe. If it holds 22,
I'd say the top was probably 75% full.
Yeah, so
Wow.
close to 1,400, 1,500 people. And guys, it was a practice. I mean, like, it wasn't normally go to these things and it's like for show. It's like a dunking. There was some dunking and that stuff, but they went at it. I mean, there was defensive intensity like you couldn't believe. So let me just tell you one drill that they had. They had David Gabriel from North Bergen, my good friend Coach Whalen, Coach, I don't know, maybe not Coach Whalen, but Coach Lynch. They had 5 basically coaches or managers or walk-ons, and their job was to move the ball around, being guarded by 5 Pirates. And if they went the whole, I think it was being timed at like 25, 30 seconds. If they went to 30 seconds and didn't have the ball stolen, the players would then have to run. And yes, he is a coach that believes in running, because that's what it was all day. So they did this drill, and every time the guy stole the ball, they would go down, fast break, and dunk. And it was very entertaining. But even though they were going up against, some older guys, and it was very intense. And on one play in particular, they stole it. They threw it down to Stephen Payne. Amazing speed, runs the court really well. Went to slam it, hit the back, bounced right up in the air. And then what did he do, Christina?
He had to do some push-ups. And then the whole gym did some push-ups.
He immediately went into, without being told, push-ups. At that moment, Shaheen, Ryan Whalen, all the players, the managers, the trainers, everyone who was on the lower level started doing push-ups. It was not on, they just knew to do it. So, yeah. So there's a lot of running going around, a lot of hard work, a lot of defensive intensity. In the drills.
And Dad, there was a lot of camaraderie too. Like everyone was cheering for each other. It just seemed like they all got along, which is really good to see at this stage.
And let me just say that one thing. I talked to Tony before we got there, because when we got there, the girls were signing autographs, and Tony was telling me how good they are, but he also told me as a coach how wonderful they are to be around, how there's good chemistry. And on the girls' game, that matters a little bit more than the boys' game, right, Christina? For people that have coached both, the girls have to get along.
Yeah. It's important, but I definitely feel like sometimes for the guys, at least for the men, sometime towards the tail end of the season, you start to see the team kind of breaking apart. So it was good to see everyone kind of united in that way, especially when you had such a transition over the offseason.
And the one thing that I think is Bud Clark, he's the leader. I sense the leadership skills, calling guys together, talking to them. And they did a lot of running. They did a lot of, not suicides, but on one end of the court to the other. Like if they took a Paul, you would love this. They took a lot of foul shots. Not going to say they made a lot of foul shots. Bud Clark didn't miss one foul shot, but they took a lot of foul shots. And every time on a missed foul shot, what happened, Christina?
They ran.
They ran or they did push-ups. So, I mean, anyone who goes on and calls Hall line, hi, Luigi, anyone who calls and says, we're not practicing foul shots, not true. I mean, and they're practicing, like I said to Christina, kind of under pressure, because knowing if you miss, the whole team has to run or do push-ups. And so when they ran, who was way ahead every single time?
The one guy, the good one.
Yeah, the one guy, Bud Clark, every time was steps ahead of everybody. So there's team speed that wasn't there last year. Yeah. And also talking about team speed, Trey Parker, he's a phenom. He is gonna be electric. He is fast, he can leap, he can dunk. I saw some passes made. And another thing I want to say, then they scrimmaged a little bit, and it was man to man, and it was, and they mix. I have who I think is going to be the starters, or what I saw, but nothing's etched in stone. But I like the hands of Hines, because there were some passes, catch, and dunks, and same thing of Payne. I think there was some good penetration by both Clark and Parker, but there was some really good finishes, and that wasn't happening last year. Right, Christina?
I mean, last year was just rough in general, but that this practice definitely gave me a little bit of hope. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, definitely team speed is way there. The fact that we have 2 point guards, both of whom, well, we have 3, but Felton didn't get from what I saw, the 2 were like we said, Clark and Parker, and then Felton. So 2 point guards that are automatically better than anything we had last year by far. So when Shah's running around saying we have players, we have guards, he's totally right. Now, I said last time that someone was going to jump out at me, and Christina texted our group right away. Elijah Fisher, best player on the court. Defense, finishing, I'm sure Fisher's going to start. I'm sure Payne's going to start, and I'm sure Clark's going to start. And you could fill in the other 2. But yeah. So anything else, Christina, that I might have missed?
No.
And the chicken finger, not the chicken fingers, the pigs in a blanket were really good at the reception.
Well, I mean, that's what I was there for. But, I was telling in the chat, it just seems like the food was just a level up. They had salads, they had tomato and mozzarella, they had subs, and normally it's just the GDS greatest hits. So I was impressed.
Well, let's see what happens this year, because the women's team for the past 3 years, they haven't had a spread. I mean, there's usually 4 of us there: me, Billy, Hathaway, and Ray Floriani, and maybe somebody else. So, but maybe this year with their higher profile and better team and good chance of going to the NCAAs, maybe they'll put a spread out. But yeah, the women's team really doesn't do a spread like the men's do at the Crew Center.
You know what I was
You know what
shocked
I was
at, Bobby?
wondering,
Go on, Christina.
Dad, I was saying remember when we went in the practice facility, we only got to see the first floor, but you could see where everything else was. It said there was a student athlete cafeteria. So I was wondering if that's something that they'll use, if that changed the food thing there, because they had stuff in Walsh, which they never had.
The practice facility, amazing, top notch. If I was a player, couldn't ask for anything better. Talk to Brian Felt real quick. He was basically standing there, and everyone was coming up to him, and he seemed to be very candid. And I get along with him really well, and we had a nice quick chat. But yeah, amazing facility, right, Steve?
Yeah, my gripe though. I understand the men make more money, but the women should get something nice as well. And I understand that because the men got this, they got an upgrade too. But, the training room had hot tubs and the leg compression sleeves and all of that. And I just hope that there's use for other athletes as well.
It was 100% state of the art. It was now the only thing is, and I don't know who I asked, if I asked Sweeney or somebody else, but no bricks. So all the bricks, Nicole's family bought a damn wall. Mr. Gizzy has like 6 bricks and no bricks. I had a brick. Christina had a brick. No. So now I'm hearing November that the brick should be put into place by November. But an amazing facility. Yeah. And also it was kind of weird because as we're watching the men and you look up, and those used to be seats. Those were my dad's seats where the coach's office are. Now they're the women's coach's office. So you look up and there's Tony at his conference table, like hanging out and stuff. It's pretty cool. So the women did get an upgrade. But this practice facility, if anybody gets a chance, and it was basically, we just walked around, no one said anything. There was someone in every room that we said hello to, but yeah, you could go wherever you wanted. So,
wow.
Anyway, guys.
So Nick, I got some questions.
Yeah, fire away.
So first, did an opportunity? Did Shaw get an opportunity to teach and coach, or was it mostly just drills and scrimmage?
Christina?
I feel like it was mostly drills and scrimmage, but there was definitely one player that ticked him off. My dad will probably know better. He wasn't happy with his performance, and Shaw laid into him. So he definitely had the opportunity to teach a little bit, but it was mostly drills and scrimmage.
But Paul, it was a real practice. And the reason I knew that is because there weren't any drills that they didn't know what to do. Like when that layup was missed and everyone started doing push-ups and he was coaching and pointing out and moving players around. It was, a small sample size, but it was, they went at it. They played. Their defensive intensity was there.
Now, you said that you thought Fisher was impressive and Bud Clark's the leader. And you talked about Hines' hands. Was there anything else that surprised you? Anybody who you said, oh, geez, I didn't know he was that athletic, or I didn't know he was that good a shooter. Anything else jump out? Even on just the skill level.
Well, I think well, first of all, Fisher jumped out at me right away. I think he was the best. Maybe Simpkins played well too. And Simpkins was shooting the ball a little bit, even though a lot of shots weren't going in. You could see he had a good form. And the guy you talked about, Dar, I wanted to get a look at Dar because I knew you were going to ask me. Dar that day was the best shooter that I saw. Now, he didn't get it was kind of hard to see everybody and get everything with everyone on the court. But Dar, and also Hines, for a big guy, the way he doesn't look right, Christina, didn't look like a freshman at all. Very big body.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you, Dad. That was the first thing that you noticed. He's a solid guy. And my dad said he's only a freshman. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this right now. He's 265, 6'10", 265. And Yeah, not a lot of fat on his body either. So yeah.
And I feel like sometimes the bigs
Really?
are a
'Cause
little bit slower. He was keeping up with Bud Clark. I mean, listen, he was still several paces ahead of him, but he wasn't that far behind.
No, well, he was keeping up, and Payne was running the court really well also.
Yeah, Payne is supposed to be really athletic. We saw some video of Hines. It sounds like he's already started to lose a little weight from what we saw in the summer.
Oh, I would say he was solid. I wouldn't say he was I don't know, Charles Barkley or someone like he was. No knock against Chuck when he played, but yeah, he was solid. He definitely was solid. And again, he didn't look like a freshman, and he had really good hands around the basket. Finished really well.
And you said the other point guard was Trey Parker?
Trey Parker. Trey Parker is.
They didn't have him listed as a point guard at LSU. He was more of a two. That's interesting.
He's 6 feet, number 13, right, Christina? He was guarding Clark a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were guarding each other most of the time, and very athletic, very athletic.
So your final impression, Nick, walking away from what you saw, you got a wins number in your head now?
No, it's way. I was surprised because it wasn't fluff. It was a real practice. I was also encouraged that everyone played and no one was limping. No one was at the trainer's table. So knock on wood, that's it. That's a key.
The drill that impressed me the most, Dad, was there were like the players were playing defense in the middle, and the coaches had on those like a pad, like a football pad, and we're going up against them, and the players had to box them out. So they were replicating that defensive toughness, and that was kind of neat to see.
Yeah, and Coach Whalen was taking shots, and I think he was hitting more than he was supposed to hit, but because it was supposed to be a lot of misses for the rebound. But they were going at it, like just the rebounding. I know last year this team is, from what I saw, and just to practice on a Sunday, they play really hard, and on defense they pressed, man-to-man press. They both pressed. There was nothing, I guess, crazy that they wanted to show, but it was just vanilla. But it was real hard defensive toughness, vanilla.
Dad, in the past when we've gone to like Parents Weekend, don't you feel like sometimes they like put on a show during those practices? This didn't feel that way.
Great point. They put on shows. They put on dunking shows. Nobody plays defense. There was no referees. You went up for a shot, you got hammered. It was like in the park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody was calling fouls. You bleed, it's a foul. So there were there were a lot of defensive. I mean, and I know what I always wanted to do and Christina wanted to do, and I guess Shah's on a much higher level doing the same thing. You want your practices to be harder than the games, correct? So the games are fun and easy. So yeah, it was tough. It was we didn't stick around for when the play, but they, there were a lot of little kids there too. And we saw in the video a lot of kids getting autographs and stuff. So real good feel about it. It was, should do more stuff like this.
Last question for me. You talked a lot about Clark as a leader. How did he look as a playmaker? Did you see him where guys was finding open guys? Like, how did he look as a point guard?
I thought what we didn't have last year. Okay. Last year, my biggest pet peeve was that I never saw a team run out the shot clock on offense as much as we did. That's not going to happen. We're going to be faster just because of his speed. And he had the ability to penetrate. And when the big came out on him, he could dish. And he did that 3 or 4 times. And the recipient was Hines. No hesitation, just bam, slam it in.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Luigi, Eli, any questions? Bobby.
Luigi, question.
His mic's off. Oh my God, Luigi. Nicole's not here. Don't be discombobulated.
I'm not discombobulated, sir.
What's your question?
No, I thought Bobby was saying yeah for me.
Oh no, I was saying if you had any questions. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You haven't said anything.
not at this moment, sir.
All right.
Well, I mean, you guys must pay a lot of money for those tickets for them to have a big spread out for better food this year and to get flags and everything. Must be a nice big upgrade, that's for sure. That
Now, Christina,
Well,
what
they
did they
gotta
have
make
for
up.
dessert?
They gotta hold on, Paul. They gotta make up for last year. I mean, we had a very bad year last year, and they want to get the fans to come back and come back and support the team again. You gotta go a little over the top sometimes.
that's fair.
And the ticket prices went up.
Christina, what is our season? What is our season a ticket again?
Too much, if you ask
No,
me. And
no,
you
what is-
say I have a 3 something.
I think it's I think it's 380. But when you divide that by 13, 14 games, it came to like 23 a game.
Yeah, it's like 20. Yeah.
It's not awful. I
No.
mean, it's not.
That's not too bad.
And
Also, let the record show your name is 6 seasons. I pay for my own.
yeah, well, you're working 6 jobs. You should pay for your own.
I
I mean,
understand
what
that,
is
but
this?
when you
This
say
is,
you have,
no
when you say
charity
you have,
here. The
No,
goal
but
the
when
goal
you
is
say-
to have your child be able to pay
Jeez.
for your own. That's the goal.
I understand that, but when
When
you
you were a
say you have
college
6,
student, who paid
you
for
pay
your
for 2.
And then
You
when
pay
she
for
went to
2.
college, if she went to every game, she got her money back. Well, she didn't go to every game, so
I
that
didn't
went
go to
down
any
the
game.
toilet.
Nope, not me.
Family squabbles, family squabbles.
Wow.
Did
Who
you,
was the question, Bobby?
Luigi, when you went there, were you a season ticket holder?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to every game? Stop calling me sir. Oh my God.
It's habitual.
We're not in the
sorry.
military. Were you in the military? Were you an ROTC guy?
I wish, but no.
No, you
I
wish.
wish.
You wish.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of room for people who struggle to walk.
So did you go to every game?
No, every game. What just happened in my head? There we go. Did I?
I like this one.
Okay, we're playing musical faces here. All right. Yeah, no. So I went to most games, not all of them.
Because if you go to every game, you get your money back, right?
I believe it's something like that, but there was never any chance that I was going to be able to make it to every game.
And you never gave your tickets to someone to scan them, no.
Yeah,
That
I did. That I did do. Yes.
Eli, you gonna get seasons?
I'm not sure yet. We'll wait and see how it goes.
Because they have a bus. They have a bus right there to the game.
They do. I know that. I'm commuting right now, so that's why I'm not too sure yet. I'll see how it goes.
And they
Yeah.
and then they feed the students a lot also. And then if they have giveaways, the
Yeah, I hear about
giveaways
that.
Yeah.
go to the students. They don't go. They used to go to everybody, but now they just go to the students.
Mhm.
And you have a new DJ.
Ah,
Did you? And it's not Blackjack Bobby Guarente either. I don't know what's going on with that, but
I'm an alumni for God's sakes.
that would have been a no-brainer. But they went from Milburn's DJ to DJ, who used to do middle school dances for Christina, who got a gig at Seton Hall, and now DJ Wally or something. What's his name, Christina?
I don't know.
DJ Wally. You know, Luigi. You're into music. He's supposed to be a really famous local DJ.
Wait, what's his name?
DJ Wally, something like that.
Okay. I feel like I recognize it, but I couldn't put a name to the face. I mean, a face to the name rather.
When my twins
think-
went there, go on.
I was gonna say the twins said he was the DJ for their pirate adventure or whatever.
Okay.
something
So I
like
don't
that.
know if DJ to DJ was holding out for more money or for what.
I don't
but,
know. Because when I was there for a while, the DJ was a friend of mine.
Now I'm going to ask a question that the only one that might know the answer is Christina. Who's the tallest DJ in the history of Seton Hall?
Oh, that's easy.
Well, I knew you would know.
Isn't there one that was a player?
Yeah.
Okay, don't know the name, but I was close.
Luther Wright was a DJ for a while. Bobby, was he any good?
He wasn't bad. In fact, he might be the tallest DJ in the history of DJs.
What about DJ to DJ? Did you like DJ to DJ?
Yeah, he was good.
See, Bobby knows. Bobby's probably the best DJ in the state, so he knows all this stuff.
Now, Christina,
Go on, Paul.
Even with my Dave
What did
Hopkins
they-
connection now to get a call. You know what I'm saying?
what did they have for dessert?
Nothing.
Oh,
That's big.
Sore
That's good.
spot.
Good question.
Sore
Good
Now,
spot.
question.
now we have a problem here.
Sore
And
spot.
you know what? They always have those good cookies, and I was like, Dad, I need a sweet treat. Nothing.
Nothing.
Not
Now,
an ice cream
unless-
bar or anything like that.
No ice cream, no cookie, no brownie, nothing.
Unless
Not
they
even
brought
popcorn,
it
nothing?
out after we left. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Well, I was going to keep my commentary positive, but they didn't replenish as quickly as we would have liked, right, Dad? We went back for some more hot dogs. There were none. But yeah, so maybe they did. Maybe they were prepping them in the back, but we had a tight timeline we had to get out of there by.
Wow, though.
Yeah, the mayor needed her photographer for something, so and not me, Christina. So we had a
Unpaid photographer, unpaid buddy for my dad. You know, I just run around. It's all good.
Unpaid buddy for your dad.
You
That's
got
a new
to
one.
Well, you know,
That's a new one.
but you know what? He put in the group chat about this. No one wanted to go with him, so I went. I
And you
drove him
enjoy
there.
it.
I
Well,
You
that's
went,
very
enjoyed it.
kind.
and
What is
you
happening?
enjoyed it.
right? It was
And
good.
now, and guys, I might be offering you another thing pretty soon, though. Tell him that one,
I don't
Christina.
know what you're talking
That
about.
I just offered you tonight.
Oh, the beefsteak dinner.
Yeah, I just got offered the beefsteak dinner. Luigi, you can't come. You're in Mississippi, or I would love to go with Luigi.
That I'm probably
I
going
don't,
to.
even, I don't
I'll
even know.
Bobby, I'll let you know how many tickets I have, and then and you're first after the family.
Okay.
What is this beef steak? What?
I'll explain it, Gavin. So it's
Right, because she has been a guest of mine to this beefsteak.
I will be a little bit more realistic. So they take Walsh, they put banquet tables in the middle, and it's basically a big fundraiser for I guess it's the whatever the one that
Pirate Blue.
pays the actors now, right, Dad? Right, yeah. So they have different auction items. They sell the tables for a lot. I mean, it's still GDS, so I got half a head of iceberg lettuce with some Russian ranch dressing on top. Not my
Nice.
favorite, but yeah, it's really just a
When is it?
promotional thing. Yeah, kick off the season, October 20. What did you say? 24th.
23rd, yeah.
23rd.
It's a good
Okay.
event. They have the men's and the women's team there, and they invite them all up, and then they actually do interviews. John Fanta's the MC,
Okay.
and and then the coach. I know Tony says something about each player, and then they interview the players. It's very nice.
The players sit at the tables with the fans usually, so each table usually gets a player
Okay.
Well,
that you eat dinner with.
we get tickets from a donor who buys a whole table, so we
Nice.
get a player at our table. Not everyone gets a player, but a lot do, because you figure, 30 something players. Yeah.
Nice.
There's not more than 30 something tables.
Yeah. So everybody probably does get a player. Yeah.
Well, because I will be up north a couple times in the coming months, so that's why I was trying to see if maybe there was a slight chance.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, you could go with him because I don't think I can.
Christina, can you please repeat that? You cut out.
I said maybe you can go with him because I don't think I can.
Oh, got it. All right.
And last year, Chauncey Jenkins was at our table, and him and my wife hit it off, and he was very impressive. And what I liked the most about him, he didn't look at his phone once, which was
Nice.
yeah, kind of
That's tough to do.
it's kind of great. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, if I screw this up, it's on me. I'm trying to. This is a new platform for us, so if you see me with these facial expressions, that means I'm trying to.
That you're trying to work at the comment. Hey, you got it.
It's weird.
Oh, I couldn't tell who that was who kept screwing with the layout.
me.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
I thought that was Nick for some reason.
I think Scoop. Didn't you
It
use
tracks.
when you do your other show? Don't you use a Restream? You can help Bobby
Yeah,
out.
I use Restream several times a week. Yeah.
All right. So when you guys are ready, we're waiting for Nicole to join us. She's apparently congratulating people on Facebook for not joining the show. So
Good for her.
anyway, we'll see what happens. All right. So So let's see, we're getting closer and closer to basketball time. Like I said, it's now fall. We're almost there. Basketball is slowly going to start coming into focus. So I think it's a good time. When we are ready to go, I'll wait for Nicole for this. We'll go over the article from Mr. Carino. Was he there, by the way, on Sunday?
I did not see him.
Yeah,
but then again, I don't know. He's not a season ticket holder technically, right?
Well, the only reason I'm saying, because again, I was told I couldn't go because of it was a season ticket only event. But apparently, my guy, Mr. Popkin, was there.
Oh.
Then again, he's the broadcaster. He's a little higher in the totem pole than that. But,
yeah, but still, how did you not get through?
I don't know.
But
we'll be there. Like I said, I'm looking forward to a great year.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we get Nicole to join the show. We will go over the article. By the way, since we have we'll mention this when Nicole's here. Did you see the big joke NBC played on the Swiftie fans Sunday night?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No.
They said, we have coming up. We have the Taylor cam. Everybody's thinking that they were going to do a look-in of Taylor Swift at the game.
It was.
Who was it instead? Lawrence Taylor at the game.
That was at the Giants, the stadium. They did that. Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
It was planned that way to be a little joking for all the Swifties.
That was funny.
Apparently,
that was mean. That was flat out mean. That was mean.
It's not mean. It's comedy.
Taylor Swift song too.
It's comedy.
Before I didn't see the beginning of it. Did you guys talk about the two former Seton Hall players who had NBA updates in the past week?
No, go for it.
All right, so we've got Tyrese Samuel getting an Exhibit 10 deal with the Phoenix Suns. That just came together yesterday.
What's an Exhibit 10 deal?
Exhibit 10 deal, basically means that it's a minimum salary deal. It's basically a minimum salary deal that's unguaranteed. And then if that player doesn't make the roster, they can put him in the G League.
Yeah, he was real close to the Brooklyn Nets too. He played for the Nets in the summer league.
It's funny
did very well.
It's funny that you mentioned the Nets because another former Seton Hall guy, Dre Davis, is going to the Nets on a partially guaranteed deal that came together last Wednesday.
Wow.
Oh wow! I guess I've been slacking on my Nets news. I check a couple times a week. Yeah, he was also there. With the Nets this summer, and obviously impressed. All right, good to see.
I'm excited to see where these guys go, and hopefully they have some success in the NBA. Excuse me.
Eli, Scoops, are these the two-way deals you're talking about?
Sir, you cut out.
What's a two-way deal? Because that was a thing that like players were on before. Like Sandro was on that for a while.
Yeah, a two-way deal just means you can bring the guy back, with the G League and throughout the season.
Not pay him a lot.
Right. Essentially, yeah. It's kind of like if you follow baseball, it's kind of like a deal that has like bonuses that allows you to. That's a minor league deal that has major league bonuses. Basically, it's kind of similar to that.
Well, yeah.
And then we have one more. So then we have one more Pirate though in the big time, right? That's actually playing.
You talk about Mamu Kalashvili.
Yeah, Sandro.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? For now?
Yeah, but I was mentioning just these deals because this literally just happened in the last 6 days.
So we have the potential of 4 Pirates playing in the NBA.
Not bad for how horrendous last year was.
Right.
So basically, also to jump on what Scoop is saying, when they do play for the NBA team, they get the full NBA minimum salary, and then they get the whatever salary they get for the.
Well, it's again, and that's why the NBA complicates it because there's different styles. Again, I mentioned the Exhibit 10, the two-way, the partially guaranteed, yada yada yada. So there's different ways that the CBA constructs it, and straight up, I don't understand the CBA to the full extent that I do ones like the MLB one. But basically, the point of that is that there are different types of deals that either they partially guarantee, some of it's like not guaranteed, and then some of it is a little more loose in terms of allowing teams to kind of move you up and down while still controlling your contract, even if they don't keep you in the quote unquote majors or the NBA for the full extent of the season.
Very true. Very true. So how many guys we have now? So that would make, if they all make, let's say G League now. So what is that? How many is that now?
3 in the G League.
Mamu's on top.
Mamu.
Roden's still there, right? Roden's still kicking around.
Who?
Jared Roden.
Is he? Oh, with Detroit. That's right. I'm wrong. 5.
No, Toronto.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then,
he was on
all right,
Detroit.
so
now
we have Dre Davis with the Nets. You got Tyrese with the Suns, right? Suns, you said?
Yes, that's correct.
And yeah, that's it, right? Anybody else?
I think so. I'm pretty sure Miles is still over in China.
I think Philippines, right?
China, last I knew.
There was a really cool mural in the practice facility of Seton Hall players that made the NBA with their jerseys. It was very well done. It was very cool.
Oh wow,
That's
Quite
awesome.
a bit.
Really
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And there's and I think Frank the last time said no questions, and I saw this on the wall at the practice facility. Maybe Nicole saw it and remembers, but I'm going to throw this out there. Only 4 Pirates have ever been named Big East Player of the Year, and we just mentioned 2 of them. Who are the 4?
This is only for Nicole, right?
No, well, if Nicole, you go first, Nicole. Nicole, you've been in the facility. No.
I've been in the facility, but I
You've
don't
seen
play.
2 of these players play.
Roden,
No.
Powell,
Yep, ding, 1.
Richmond.
No, he was not. No, he was not Big East Player of the Year on Seton Hall. Nope.
How many do you? How many? Like, when do you want me to? Do you want me to jump? Like, when do you want?
Yeah,
me to
jump in, Nicole.
Jump in because I have no clue.
Yeah. So 2 of them, the 2 recent ones are Miles Powell and Mamu. The other one I know was Dan Calandrillo. He was one of the first couple.
Good one.
And then I always forget his last name. His name is Terry something, and he played
The all-time leading scorer, Terry DeHare. You're good,
yeah.
Luigi. You're good. Good. And see, I don't want to hear the excuse that a lot of younger people, like that Nick Morgan, who's on suspension, that made when he said, I didn't see him play. Well, Luigi didn't see Danny Calandrillo play. I didn't see Bobby Wanzer play or Walter Dukes or Richie Reagan. But you'd study this, right, Eli? You do your homework, you study this.
Study.
I'll also add this, because I mentioned Richie Reagan having spent time with the Rochester Royals when they won the
There
championship.
you go.
Well, because that was my hometown. I'll also add this. Calandrillo that I just mentioned, there was a brief league known as the Continental Basketball Association that also played in Rochester when there was a team there. And the team was called the Rochester Zeniths, and Calandrillo played for them. So there's a surprising amount of Seton Hall and Rochester connection.
You're good. You're good, Luigi. I'm impressed. Bobby, there was also a bar in South Orange called Calandrillo's.
Was there?
Yeah.
See, I was when I went to school, like Eli, I was a commuter, so I got screwed my freshman year. My parents were ready to, my parents paid for my college, thankfully. Thank my dad up there in heaven. But they were ready to pay for housing as well. But my freshman year is the year they were building a lot of those current dorms back in '88. So there was a housing shortage, and because my distance to the school was X amount of miles, I didn't get in.
Same thing with me. I was a commuter. I spent a lot of time there, but I was a commuter because.
So I really, honestly, never, aside from the pub, and I don't ever remember going to any bars at Seton Hall at that point. Because I would just go back to the bars back where I lived, back in Bergen County.
Crying's, bunnies, no?
No, I never experienced that. So, yeah, kind of odd, but yeah, this is how it happened. Kind of never experienced the bars there.
But you got the pub, because the pub hasn't been there in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It was and when I went on a tour with Christina, I was standing in a room and like she's like, don't ask. And I raised my hand and I said, this used to be a bar, and they're like, yeah, and it was the pub.
Now, Nick, you remember the pizzeria above the library on the second floor?
No. The old library?
I'm sorry, not the library, the bookstore.
Oh yeah, because the bookstore was across the street, right?
Yeah, and then when I was there, I used to be in a big commuter spot. If you didn't have dinner in the good Lord, if you didn't have dinner or lunch, in the cafeteria, there was that second floor pizzeria restaurant that I think it's offices now. Last time I walked past there, that used to be like the big commuter spot to hang out.
I think that's now where the PR department is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because my son interned there. And I got to tell you, Christina was amazed, and Nicole, I don't know if you've been back, but that campus is getting more beautiful every single time.
Absolutely.
It is.
They got a Dunkin' now? Dunkin'.
Well, I want to point out to Christina, though, it's still closed right now because it's under renovation. So I'm a little upset about that. There's no Dunkin' because I like Dunkin' better than Starbucks.
I didn't realize that they weren't even renovating it, because the last time that I was there, they had just put in the new Starbucks in the
University Center. Yeah,
that thing. But the time before that I had gone there, it's like 50-60% of the campus was under, like you said, under renovation, under construction. I haven't been back to the campus since I think 2023 or 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, 2023 sounds right. I haven't been to back to the campus since 2023, but yeah, it just in that like year to year and a half since graduation, holy smoke-a-doodle, did it really take over a new life. And pretty much with the exception of Nicole's sister, everybody else that I knew graduated in 2025. So it'd be really weird to go back there now in particular.
I was there last Thursday for Meet the Firms.
I meant like attends as a student there, but yes.
No, I know, but Nick mentioned, oh, Nicole, I don't know if you've gone back yet. I was literally there last week.
No, I didn't say you haven't gone back yet. I said
I know,
I haven't
not you,
gone back
not
yet.
you.
You guys
not
are, come on, guys. Whoa. Bicker on your own time. Whoa.
I'd like to
Need a referee's whistle here.
I'd like
Need a
to
flag on a play.
I know, flag on a play.
I think there's certain graphics you could do that.
I like to
I don't know. I know you could do something.
I'd like to add real quick that when I was a senior, like fall senior semester, that's when they decided to reopen the university center with the Starbucks in it and everything. And I was very jealous because I was stuck with Dunkin' for the past 3 years.
There's nothing wrong with Dunkin'. I just want to
Hey,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah.
Wait,
I
you
didn't
know,
have
that's
I
so
like
typical.
Starbucks.
I can go right around this room right now. Bobby's a Dunkin' person. Nick's a Dunkin' person, obviously. I know Luigi is a lot. Eli said, Paul, you're not a Starbucks person, right?
He says as I'm drinking. He says as I'm
I'm from
drinking
Connecticut.
Starbucks.
Oh, you're a Starbucks person?
You can put me at either one of them and I'll find something.
Nicole is 100% a Starbucks. She thumbs
Just-
her nose at Dunkin'
yeah.
Donuts. She's
Just-
a
I
Starbucks.
actually had Starbucks today on the way up here, so
The only one that
I mean-
I can't find anything that I like at is Tim Hortons.
Really?
Love Timmy's.
I've tried Tim Hortons. Well, here's the thing. I
I've had
found
so
two
long.
things that I loved at Tim Hortons, but they took them off the menu within 2 weeks.
Aren't they Canadian, Tim Hortons?
yes.
Yes, it was
Yeah, but-
founded by a
but I-
Canadian
but I
hockey
live-
player
Right.
who
but I live-
unfortunately
I live, like,
passed away in a car accident.
They
right.
got one here in Jersey now. In
Yep.
But
Edgewater.
my like back home, back in Rochester, where my mom's house is, she lives like 45 minutes from, or just over that from the Canadian border. So
Wow.
So, Gitzer, will you or will you not be in AC this weekend?
Will not be. I was there last weekend.
Was it your birthday weekend?
My sister's birthday weekend was last week.
How was it? And how
It was
old did
very fun.
how old did Samantha turn?
She is 20 now.
Oh.
Now, Nicole, are you a big gambler when you go out?
I like the most I do is slot machines. That's about it.
But you
Okay.
do enough that you get comped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paul, she's giving them a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay.
I-
Because there is help for that. There is help for that available.
I
Well,
still,
1-800. I think it's
I
1-800
still,
gambler.
I still can't get the hang of those slot machines thing. That is like I still can't get the hang of that.
It's random.
That's
Well,
exactly why I can't get the hang of it.
They're random. You never know when you're gonna hit.
Well, no, but the odds are you're going to lose.
Yeah, more than half the time you're gonna lose.
No, way more than half the time. Or they
Yeah.
You're gonna
wouldn't
lose
be
no matter
in
what
LA.
you do if you bet money.
Hey, as long as they're comping my rooms, I don't care.
But they're not. Oh my God, Luigi, you want to explain that one to her?
No, I really don't.
If you aren't spending a lot, you're not getting comped.
And they want you to keep coming
Oh yeah.
because the rooms are there, right? So yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I got a big predicament this week because, we're going down a few of my friends, and I'm the I think it's like 4 couples, and I'm the 9th wheel. Well, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to see Sebastian Maniscalco on Saturday.
Oh, that's great.
Hey,
He was
good
great.
choice. Good choice.
Good
Good
choice.
choice.
He was
But
great.
here's
My
the bad
parents
thing.
saw
I'm
him
gonna
this year.
I'm gonna gamble. I haven't gambled in a while because the casino up here I can't win at, so I don't go to it. So I got this big little wad of cash I want to have some fun with. But the Steelers are
I
on
like
9 o'clock in the morning.
I like how it went
That's
from
right.
big-
Yes,
I
that's
like how it
right.
went from a big wad of cash to a little wad of cash, like in one syllable.
Well, I know I say it over the air. I don't want people. The
I
IRS
don't-
could be watching.
It was just funny to me to hear that transition.
But I'm looking forward to having a good night with my friends. We haven't hung out in a while. And of course, seeing Sebastian should be fun, and hitting some
Sebastian's
tables will be fun
hilarious.
too.
We actually a couple of years ago, I can't remember for the life of me what the holiday was, but my mom's family, we did one of those. Sebastian was doing like these like cooking seminar things with his wife Lana. So my mom's side of the family, we all got on Zoom or whatever it was. This was during the pandemic or right off the edge of it, and we got on one of these things with Sebastian and his wife, and a whole bunch of people were just like cooking together, and it was so fun.
Oh wow,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's been our favorite comedian for like 6 years, like ever since I was like 19.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said.
Have
All
a
right,
blast.
so let's get into the article. Everybody's here now. I think Christine's listening from.
Christina did her little segment, and yeah, she just comes, She
By the
does
way,
her thing, and
Nicole, did you watch the game Sunday night?
What game?
The Giants Chiefs game.
I watched probably the second half.
So
That's all you
missed the
needed
whole-
to say.
You missed the whole gag, didn't you?
Huh?
You missed the whole gag.
What?
You missed the whole gag. They made a big announcement about the Taylor cam about to come on, and building up that she was there at the game, Taylor Swift. And no, it was Lawrence Taylor.
It's a
So
social media thing where the guy was smoking in the stadium. They were playing Taylor Swift's New York song.
Well, they're being very careful not to show her in public because apparently her private security has lost track of her stalker. So she's kind of under high,
I mean,
when she was at Arrowhead, the first game, they had this big black shield in front of her, and it followed her as she was walking into the suite. Apparently, they put bulletproof glass in Travis's suite. It's a whole big deal. Even apparently, Travis had heightened security on the field at MetLife this weekend.
but with everything going on, it makes sense that the security is getting heightened, and especially for a person like Taylor Swift too. I mean, it makes sense at this point.
But
It's just
her
gonna get
known
worse and
stalker
more
in
intense.
general is he's missing.
Hey, Travis almost got
Stalking her
punched out by
for
his coach. Travis almost got punched out by Coach Reed.
I saw that, yeah.
Not
Gotta be
surprised.
careful. All right,
And
let's
let's
get
go
to the,
Dart, by the way.
What's that?
Let's go Dart. He's a starter.
Yeah, boy.
Back to Dart.
As an Eagles fan, I'm praying for him because he's going to get murdered behind that offensive line.
Oh, 100%. But we're gonna wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I personally, real quick, if we're gonna talk about Giants real quick, they should have played Winston first.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree with that.
I don't know.
Two
The
reasons.
Chargers are a good test.
Two reasons. Andrew Thomas just came back, gave him a
Yep.
couple chances to get his feet wet and get back to being a dominant left tackle, and showcase him for a trade. You can tell me Winston's not better than anybody that's on the Saints right now.
Yep.
You
I
know?
agree with everything. I agree with everything you just
You
said.
know,
Yeah. Anyway,
well, New York has become the place where quarterbacks
Yeah.
go to die now. I mean, there's, how did Daniel Jones do last week?
They lost that game, right?
they won.
They won.
Indiana
Daniel-
Jones, baby. Indiana
Daniel
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah,
Daniel
that's
Jones
right.
been-
They play Tennessee. Oh yeah.
Daniel Jones been kicking in the teeth.
Daniel Jones is 3-0. Shaquan Barkley is 3-0. The Giants are 0-3. Jason Dart. I always go back to whoever one of the Jet rookie quarterbacks that they had, who got sacked 15 times
Wilson?
in his first 3 starts. Yes, Zach Wilson got sacked 15 times in his first 3 professional football games. Brady got sacked 21 times in 17 games the same season. And you wonder why these guys end up going. If I was a quarterback and they drafted me to play in New York, I'd either go play for the Montreal Alouettes or Frankfurt of the World Football League. You couldn't pay me to play until these guys learn how to deal with.
From my
quarterbacks.
vantage point, I think Brian Dable and his coaching staff are finally starting to feel the breath down the back of their neck, and I think that this is their own type of Hail Mary to kind of see if they can do something to buy themselves some time. And I think that they're going to screw Jackson Dart because of it.
Well, one of the things that Collinsworth said on Sunday night about Dart is you draft a first-round quarterback for the coach who's going to take over after you get fired. At the end of that
exactly.
Season.
And that's I mean we saw them put him out there for 2 plays or 3 plays last game, and it was painful to watch. What does
Giants
that say?
for
The
Daniel Jones
Giants
an apology.
Very
owe
much.
Daniel Jones what?
An apology for getting rid of him. He's 3-0.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They owe him an apology for not giving him a team around him and Andrew Lucking his career.
Or they just didn't know how to use them.
That's my point.
Oh, that's the same thing you could argue with Saquon Barkley. But
I'm not going to argue anything with Saquon Barkley. I'm happy with where he's at now.
me too. I'm happy too for him. And I'm glad.
I love how the Eagles literally put a billboard of him right in front of MetLife Stadium. Like, just what
That's
a way
great.
to taunt Giants fans.
Oh! You and I both loving that. Then of
Oh,
course,
boy.
And I hate both teams, so it's
So
just
let's
like,
talk
you know
about-
what?
Let's talk about Carino, Bobby. You got the
All right,
article.
cool. Yeah, let's get to our big news for tonight.
Yeah, sorry.
By the way,
That's okay.
somebody could research this for me real quick. I missed the headline. New Jersey has 6 of the top ranked colleges in the country. It just came down about a half hour ago. I want to see if we're on it or not. I don't know. Somebody check that. real quick.
Like in
Yeah,
general? or in
I got you right now.
All right, so as he does every year, because I look forward to actually reading this article. Jerry Carino, a graduate, covers the team. Obviously, is the main guy covering the team right now. He does a college basketball 25-26 predictions questions for New Jersey's D1 teams. He does this every year, and it's actually a pretty good read. Gives you a little gauge on where he thinks teams are going to be. If I'm not mistaken, last year with Seton Hall, he had us repeating as NIT champions, but I think that's a little off. Anyway, so he covers Rutgers first, and we'll do Rutgers later. By the way, what I'm getting from his article here, we should absolutely smash Rutgers this year. That being said, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves to look what happened last year. They're supposed to smash us, and a last-minute shot doomed us in down at the submarine place down there.
Bobby, I have the teams. I have the schools, by the way.
All right, say, shoot it.
Okay, so in the top 100, the New Jersey schools represented are Princeton, number 1, Rutgers, New Brunswick, number 40.
Whoa.
Princeton's been
Yep.
number one
Number
the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Princeton's the number
Yes.
1 school in the country. I'm going to have to make some phone calls. That's
Well,
a problem.
you're yelling,
Go
right?
on.
Wait, time out, Nicole. Nicole, send
Yeah.
Samantha the link.
That's worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's been-
The list gets worse, but go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Scoop.
Yeah, no, the list only gets worse from there. So Rutgers New Brunswick is number 42. Rutgers Newark is number 75. There's a tie at 80 with NJIT and Stevens.
Wait, hold on.
What?
NJIT is lower than Rutgers?
Yes.
How is
Well,
that possible?
State school.
Yeah, but NJIT is NJIT.
Yeah, but Rutgers is Rutgers.
Oh my God.
Toaster oven, Christina. Toaster oven. Anyway.
And then the last one that kind of just rounds out the bottom of the top 100 is the other Rutgers in Camden.
So we're not on this list at all.
We
are.
haven't been on this list for a long time.
Seton Hall is
There she is.
Seton Hall is in a three-way tie.
I'm back from teaching.
Professor
Professor
Bernstein,
Bernstein.
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. We missed you. Luigi kept asking when's Samantha coming on. And I said,
Busting my tail every time.
Are we ready to talk about Taylor again?
no. You got to put up with sports for a while, Samantha. Then we'll talk Taylor.
But
Okay.
Seton Hall is at 158 with Montclair and Stockton to get to.
Yes,
What?
Seton Hall's at 158 with
Seton
one
Hall's
class.
never made the top 100 in the past couple of years.
Rutgers Newark is ahead of us.
Yes, they
Rutgers
And
were.
New Brunswick.
Rutgers Newark is 83 spots ahead of us, and Brunswick is 116 spots ahead of us.
Don't say Livingston College is ahead of us. Then
No.
I don't see Livingston College even mentioned in this top
good.
300.
Now where's Paul's
Community
school?
college is on there.
Where's what now?
Paul, where's Yale?
Oh, I'm only looking at a thing that
Jersey.
Trump
Oh, they don't have. All right, okay.
and then the other ones that come out in the top like 300-ish. Rowan is 169th, and then Kane is just out of the top 300 at 318.
Wow.
This list goes very deep. I'm impressed.
Paul, who's Yale's rival?
Oh,
Harvard,
makes sense.
Of course.
my apologies. If I scroll down a little bit, there's a national ranking. Yale is tied at 4th with Stanford.
Well, makes sense.
Who's third?
Stanford is tied with Yale?
Yes, and then I heard someone say who's third. Third is Harvard, right behind MIT.
I'd
Now,
like
who's
to know
number
who
two?
put this list together.
MIT is
MIT second.
MIT.
Yeah, but
And then-
Paul, you wearing Harvard colors, my guy.
Nikki, did you say something?
Yeah, I wear I have some shirts like
All right.
this. But I mean, don't even get me started on those people. You think I hate Gino Auriemma?
As I was saying, though, I want to know who the hell put this list together because Rutgers is always in like the top 10.
Now,
The top 10?
is it?
Usually like up there, like in
That's
the
like
top 50.
But what are the criteria? What are the criteria of the list?
I'm here. Let me see if I can scamper through and figure that out real quick. It's okay. So here's what it says. The rankings evaluated 1,700 colleges and universities using more than a dozen measures. This year in its rankings, U.S. News prioritized social mobility. That is, its record in enrolling in graduating students from all backgrounds in manageable debt and postgraduate success, including earnings. Including in the 2025 report are specialized rankings such as the best value schools, most innovative schools, top performers on social mobility, as well as universities with the greatest commitment to undergraduate teaching. Other specialty rankings include programs that enhance student experiences, including first-year experiences, service learning, studying abroad, and undergraduate research and creative projects.
All right, so for you mathletes out there, where are we? 160, you said?
158.
158. So,
All right, so 160, let's say 160, 158. 158 compared to the other schools ahead of us, not so good. 158 compared to 1,700,
yeah,
not that
That's
bad.
really good.
Not that bad.
yeah. I didn't at the time realize that they rated over 1,700 schools. Like once I saw that, I was like, okay, in the top
200, that's
be?
pretty good.
Yeah, what would the 10 decile, something like that? Then all of a sudden, well, top 10% anyway. Then all of a sudden you're looking a lot more promising.
Okay.
I mean, to be 158, that's pretty good compared out of 1,700 schools.
Yeah,
But for the top 100, yeah, I guess makes sense. I mean, out of
Rutgers,
every-
Newark, Rutgers, Newark, really?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
every New Brunswick, Camden was up there on the top 100, and New Brunswick and Newark too.
I wonder if the small school versus large school is dinging us there, because I know Rutgers is a much larger school than we are.
Wait,
but
just
Camden's
to
up
add
there
to this
too.
combo, it makes me very upset now as a professor that we tie with Montclair State, because Montclair State's not even a good school, like academically. So sorry I'm saying this live, but it's true. So has our like academic standards at Seton Hall went down?
Well, this is supposed to be the smartest class, the incoming class in the history of Seton Hall.
They said that with my class too.
Yeah, they said that with our
They
class
said that with
too.
every
They say that about every class, but
I feel like they say that every year.
they
the
have to
standards
legally
keep
say
going
that,
up.
and then yeah.
So I feel like our academic standards have gone down at Seton Hall. If we're tied with Montclair State, which I don't like. I think that's bad.
Well,
Wait,
we're a private school.
but you're a professor, so you could actually do something about it.
I mean, I can do something about it. That's right, but I just feel like
Have you
I
have
only
you
teach
given
one-
have you
One
given a
person, though,
midterm?
that's the
Have you
thing.
given any tests yet?
Oh, we do quizzes at the beginning of every class.
All right. So
What do you
how are
teach
they
again?
doing with the quizzes?
Like so. I don't want a headache for myself. I can't tell if they're cheating or not, but some of them are definitely going through it too fast, because you can moderate it and see how long it takes for them to do it. And I feel like some of them are just Googling the questions. But it's not like I'm going to walk around the classroom and watch their computers. I mean, I can do that next class, but that's also so much work for me. You know what I mean?
Are
And
you
then-
going to grade on a curve?
No, what you get is what you get.
What? Oh.
And what do you teach again?
Intro to sociology.
Wow.
By the way,
But you're a freshman here, Eli. You may have to have that course one day.
Okay. Take note.
if you want to look at the Big East ratings, Georgetown's 22nd in the country.
All right, makes sense.
Villanova 67th.
Bleh.
Marquette is 86th.
Okay.
Creighton is 115. Butler is 137. And then comes Seton Hall and DePaul University tied at 151. St. John's is 166. And Xavier is 201.
Wow.
The fact that in a couple of years we went from top 10 to top 12-ish to out of the top 150 it just shows, like, life comes at you fast.
You know what always had me baffled? How many years ago was Seton Hall listed as one of the top party schools in the country?
I never knew that was even a thing.
No, I didn't know that either.
Seton Hall
I
has
didn't know that
voted
either.
#1 for like best Christmas spirit, but
Yeah.
also voted
Well,
like
that made
#1
sense.
for most oppressed students, I think.
Yeah.
We have no campus, right? We have no, there's no
I knew
frat
the
houses
Christmas
anywhere.
thing, but the entire time that I was at SHU, I was hearing people tell me, "Oh, we're going to go to NJIT for this, or we're going to go to Rutgers for that," because there's,
Yeah.
Jack.
Actually, my
like,
friend
social life here.
goes to NJIT and she like parties hard there. They have crazy parties.
Yeah, that's again a good
Yeah,
number
because
of
they're in
people-
Newark. That's why. Where else are you going to go? You're not leaving campus.
I mean, yeah.
You're not leaving campus to go anywhere in that neighborhood over there. You're going
I
to party on
thought
campus.
there were a lot of parties at Seton Hall at all those houses across the street and stuff.
There are.
You got to know about them though.
Well, it's also like there can be parties. It doesn't mean that they're good. They're like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I heard, is that the parties happened. They just were not good.
But you didn't go.
I didn't go to one party my entire time at Seton Hall.
Wait,
Neither did
Scoop,
I.
tell them the
Neither
one
did
you
I.
did go to.
Neither
Really?
did I.
Good
Graham
point.
actually had to get me to go to Iron Bar my senior year.
I actually had a good party when I was.
He actually got me to go to like my first bar party.
Oh no, it was not a bar party. It was just a bar.
Yeah, but it's like a party essentially, like not what I'm used to going to.
No, I had to like drag her.
Yeah, you had to drag me.
Well, in defense of Nicole, she had 3 majors. So of course, if she wasn't studying.
Yeah, and you
library, she
graduated
was
a whole
studying
semester
3
early.
majors. That's insanity.
She
I
graduated a whole
yes,
semester early.
That's
yes,
very impressive.
But not with 3 majors.
with
No, she
one
didn't.
major.
Yeah. Nicole could have graduated 2 years early if she didn't have 3 majors.
Yeah, but I love Seton Hall too much.
Nicole could be a professor herself too right now.
Maybe one day.
Those
Not right
poor
now, though.
students.
Not
Those
right now,
poor
though.
students.
Somehow I'm going to get blamed for teasing Nicole there too.
Maybe one day. I've had
Nicole would not. I mean, I gotta tell you, Professor, I had Professor Buncher at Seton Hall, 8:00 in the morning, economics.
Oh God.
Very hard. So he gave this midterm, and it was ridiculous. So I just said, I'm done. I'm gonna drop. So then I was sitting in the cafeteria, and someone said, "Yeah, Professor Buncher, I just got a 54, but he gave me a B plus." I'm like, "What?" I said, "I took that test. I had to at least get a 54." So I went, made an appointment with him. He said, "How'd you do?" He said, "You got a 35." I said, "Oh, what'd you give me?" "That's a C plus." I said, "This is insane." I said, "I'm done. I'm done."
That is just absolutely wild to me.
Yeah, if you're gonna make this test so nobody can learn, I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's not helpful.
So what was the worst grade you got in college?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I graduated summa cum laude.
laude, not Lottie.
I got one D, calculus for business and economics students.
Hey, my lowest grade was a B plus, and I still graduated summa cum laude, so it's not impossible.
So Nick, I think I failed one course in my time there because I think it was your course, calculus for business, right?
Yeah, that was a tough course, calculus for business. Yeah,
I had that.
And they had a Chinese professor who didn't speak English teaching that course. So come on, that shouldn't even be legal.
See, criminal.
Criminology.
I'm a criminal justice major myself.
That was one of my minors. That was criminology was one of my favorite courses I took.
Scoop, during your graduation, the SGA president kept chanting "C's get degrees." Do you remember that?
I don't remember that in particular, but I do remember a ton of people saying that as we got closer to commencement, and I was just like trying to process, like I was just trying to like enjoy every last day that I had there because of how much time we missed, both due to COVID and then the stuff that you know about. So it was just crazy, and I was kind of just trying to stay where my feet were, and everybody else was like, "I can't wait to get out of here," and I'm like, "Bro, like, chill."
Yeah, really.
I can't believe that you guys got cheated out of that honors ceremony. I know
the honors ceremony.
Yeah, they would have
honor
it.
ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got cheated. The Sunday before graduation, anyone being honored in any school got to Walsh, and they got recognized separately.
Nope.
Oh yeah, we didn't get that. What
We didn't
the-
get
Yeah, Christina.
I don't
think
remember that at all.
And Jessica did that. I thought that was really cool.
We didn't get that.
We didn't
Yeah.
get that.
I don't know why maybe they were given too many kids. I don't know, but yeah, they used to do that.
Well, now what they do is they do like a champagne toast.
They do a senior champagne toast.
Yeah.
But you're not really getting honored for anything. You're just getting your Seton Hall branded champagne glass.
I still have that champagne glass.
I do too. I only use it on New Year's.
Yeah, I only use it on special occasions.
Yeah. But it's not really like, it's more like getting connected with the alumni base kind of thing.
I was very disappointed when we went to the Bar A event. Like, there should have been a lot more young alumni.
I
feel
wish.
like that's,
I've been trying.
Like what they do is they all, and like this is for a lot of social events, even on campus, like they'll know that they're doing this or doing that, but instead they'll go later at night, or they'll go at a later, they'll still go, but later, not when Seton Hall is there. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So they can drink more, they can party more. But the point is to meet new people and just, different classes and different alumni and maybe people that you graduated with. Like, so what's the point of going at night? Like, I don't like that, because then it's not like you're seeing everyone. It's less community building.
Yeah, that's actually why I joined the Young Alumni Council, to get connected with more people around.
That's awesome.
That I don't know. But
what's your title in that again?
Oh, I'm the co-chair of the Experience and Volunteer Committee, so I'm partially responsible for helping plan those events.
Co-chair of the Experience and Volunteer Committee.
Yes.
And did you find out from me why the Farinella 5K is canceled?
No, I did not, but I gave them your info.
Okay, cool. Bobby, you want to get to the Carino thing?
Yeah, let's go. Now, all right. So I glossed over the Rutgers stuff, just saying that we should kick their ass, but let's keep it at that. First question, he poses 5 questions and he answers it. That's kind of how his format here. First question: How will point guard Bud Clark adjust to the Big East? Here's his answer. Clark was dynamite at Merrimack, outplaying record star Dylan Harper and just about everyone else opposite him as a sophomore last season. If that doesn't get you jazzed up, I don't know what else will. So far, he's impressed Shaheen Holloway. No small feat with a former playmaker who holds his point guards to the highest standards. At 5'10", can Clark navigate the size of the Big East at both ends? Question number 2. What's the plan in the paint? The Hall has 3 intriguing options underneath. Athletic and experienced Jacksonville transfer Stefan Payne, 6'9", 235. Returning center Godswill
Ariarene.
6'9", 225. And well-regarded freshman Najee Hines, 6'10", 265. Holloway undoubtedly will rotate all 3, and much will hinge on their development. True, right? Is the defense up to standard? Holloway's ideal defensive style is a high-motor 10 to 12-man rotation capable of both pressing full court and springing a matchup zone on opponents. That requires athleticism, depth, and buy-in. Not just the willingness to defend, but highly focused attention to detail. The feeling is that the athleticism and depth are there this year. The focus remains to be seen. Question 4. Who are the shooters? What is that?
Luigi,
What?
what are you doing now?
Sam, go on mute.
I'm doing absolutely nothing.
I am on mute.
Yeah, don't
So
blame
then who's got
Sam.
the voice? Who's
Why
got
you blaming
this? Who's got the
Sam?
sound going on in the back?
This has
Look at
been
this.
going on before Sam got on.
I don't know. I just assumed.
It was
Anyway.
like a damn dog.
Next question. Who are the shooters?
No.
What are y'all hearing?
We're hearing like space noises.
It's that big thing in space coming towards us.
Oh, hang
I
on.
don't
That's-
hear that.
Yeah,
space
see, of
noise.
course it's him. He's watching something and
I ain't
doing
watching
something.
anything. My TV's got,
Before he was cooking dinner, his microwave was going on.
That was me.
it was not me. I ate like 2 hours ago.
Here's the 4th question. Who are the shooters? Holloway said he sees some Alamir Dawes and post-grad guard A.J. Stanton McRae, I think you mentioned that last week, who shot 41% from three-point range at Stanford 2 years ago. That's a little weird. Others on the roster who have shot 35% or better from deep for a season. Rice transfer Jacob Dar, 37%. LSU transfer Mike Williams, 37.1%. And NC State transfer Trey Parker, 35.7%. If at least 2 of the 4 are reliable, it should make a huge difference. And last but not least, how quickly will it all gel? With 11 new players and just 2 scholarship players returning, it's incumbent on Holloway to get everyone on the same page by November. That's not easy, and it hasn't come together in non-conference play during his first 3 seasons at the helm. But a relatively healthy summer and core compromise of veterans should help. So that's his assessment of our Pirates heading into the season. By the way, what I thought was interesting is that hold on. FDU has 3 big men coming in. So you start reading some of these other schools with these big men. Hey, who knows? They could be targets next year, right?
So can I make some comments?
What's that?
So can I make some comments?
Of course.
Sure. And by the way,
Good night,
Samantha,
Sam. Thank you for joining. You're welcome
Shout out
anytime.
Toba.
I don't care what Luigi
Oh
says.
yes, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Good night.
Happy New Year. Yeah,
Happy New
Happy New Year.
Feel better.
Thank you.
so first of all, sounds like Carino's been watching our show.
Another one.
They all have. Right?
They
Because
all
we've been
have.
talking about
Who's
Bud
not
Clark
watching our show?
since July. We've been talking about the shooters since July. We've been talking about them being able to play matchup zone and having gotten guys like Simpkins and Clark who are at schools that play matchup zone. And I think Nick's been talking about the team gelling and how quickly can they figure it out since June. So certainly we're on the right track because it sounds like we're talking about what Carino is talking about. So that's good. I think that when we talk about who the shooters are going to be, everybody's been looking at shooting percentage, who's over 35%. But if you look at how many threes those guys take a game, you don't see anybody who's taking more than 2 or 3 a game. So those 3 for 8, 4 for 9 guys that we see. Who's the guy at what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. One of the blue teams. The Steve whatever from Creighton. I think that kid would make three threes a night or 4 threes a night. So it's not just
you talk about Stephen Ashworth.
Yes. So I think it's not just going to be the guys who are who can make 1 out of 3. I think it's going to need to be guys who can make 3 or 4 a night. And 4 is a lot, I know. But I think that's somebody's going to have to step up and want to take the 3 as opposed to just making 1 or 2 when the opportunity comes up. And the other one is down low. I think that we up until we got Hines, everybody was concerned that we were very small. And now I think that with Hines, all of a sudden our front line looks a lot stronger. That means that we can be bigger and we can push some height out to the other sides. The last thing I'm going to say is I think Fisher and Simpkins are very similar. I think that Staten McRae and Parker are very similar. Nick, you can you actually saw them so that you can kind of vouch for this if it's true. I think that that Payne and Hines. I mean, Hines is better, but Payne and Hines are very similar type players, even though Payne isn't as tall, and that's going to allow Coach Holloway to play 11 guys because he's got a lot of interchangeable parts at each position. So that's good. Jerry, keep watching the show, and we'll tell you what else to write next week.
What I would like to see, and Shah said no, but I kind of want to see Stephon Payne at the 4 and Hines at the 5, because the way that Payne can run the court and the other way the guy can post up, maybe that's not going to happen. But I kind of want to see that combination. But yeah, I mean, I could see Parker is going to be the backup point guard. Simpkins and McRae are similar. Fisher is, like I said, he was the best player I saw. So who knows? I'm just excited for the way the season is gonna start. But again, Paul, like I said to you before, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's all.
Well, Nick,
Truth enough.
Well, Nick, the thing though that I think your point about playing Payne at the 4 is if Hines is as good offensively as he could be, then Payne can be a Charles Oakley type guy.
Yeah.
Or Jason Bediako played that role. I'm going to play a lot of defense. I'm going to get a lot of boards. I'm going to end up getting 8 points just on putbacks. And, my inside threat is my center. And we've seen a lot of teams be successful that way. So that would be, I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that could happen here, that we could go big and play those 2 guys in the lineup at the same time.
And I'm going to be honest with you, in watching this team, we're going to have to score, or we're going to be built to score in transition off of turnovers. I just see that. And the way guys can finish, because if you're going to do that, you need finishers, and Fisher's a finisher, and Parker's a finisher, and the big one is Payne's a finisher. So, yeah. And Clark could be the facilitator and a finisher. So we're going to have to press and run a lot. And that's what I think it's going to be. So, yeah. We don't have one solid, like you said, guy off the bench, 3-point shooter, but, or a volume 3-point shooter. But that's not how we're built. That's not how we're constructed. So the good news is last year we were, and I said this over and over again, next to last in the country in points scored per game, and I don't see that happening this year.
So what would be your reasonable ceiling for our team? Again, now, we're early yet, right? We still haven't seen, we still haven't had the Walsh games yet. So past couple of weeks, we read some articles. A few of you have been to the open practice on Sunday, and there's more to come, media days and whatnot. So what would be a reasonable ceiling for us right now? What do you think? Nick?
I'll go first. I think, number one, beat the teams you're supposed to beat, because we didn't do that last year. And beat the teams you're supposed to beat the way you're supposed to beat them. Okay? So that'll set a good tone. If you could go 2-1 in Hawaii, that would be amazing. Not impossible when you look at the other teams. I think that's doable. And Big East road wins are real hard to come by. And we're right now, and I don't agree with it, we're projected 11th in the Big East. I could see anywhere from 5 to 11, but we're projected 11. I would say if we go 500 in the Big East, that would be something. And then if Hines is the player we think he's gonna be, and now we're doing revenue sharing, everyone make your contributions to Pirate Blue, because we have to re-sign a kid like Hines. We let Samuel go, we let Kadari go, and we let Coleman go. Can't let Hines go if we can't let a freshman go.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt my own question, but there were some more things at the end of the article I want to go over real quick. Now, speaking of timing, good timing there, Bill. Real good timing.
Bill, 11th. They're 11th.
So Jerry Carino's Big East preseason rankings. All right. You want to go top to bottom or bottom to top?
You want to do us first?
Yeah, let's go bottom to top. So he has Xavier 11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
DePaul 10.
Wow.
We're 9. Butler 8. Georgetown 7. Providence 6. Nova 5. Marquette 4. Creighton 3. Then UConn and St. John's. So I think if we can somehow get in that, 6th spot, maybe 6, 7, I think that's a successful season. Right? Isn't Nova supposed to be off this year? I think he has him at 5th. Right? Isn't Nova supposed to be that's not like transition year?
Well, I don't think anybody.
What's that, Paul?
I said I don't think anybody knows what's going to go on with Villanova because they've got a new coach. Willard is a proven commodity. He's got to coach Kyle Neptune's players, so that's going to be interesting. But I think Nova will be better than they've been the last couple of years because they got a better coach than they did last year.
What I thought was really interesting, he gives his preseason All New Jersey team. All right, so he has Dalen Davis from Princeton, junior guard. Jack Collins from Monmouth, senior guard. Dylan Grant from Rutgers, sophomore forward. Malik Abdul Ali, Princeton, 2 Princeton people now, sophomore, freshman center, and Bud Clark as the junior guard. It's kind of interesting, I thought, that he had 2 Princeton guys there, right? Other than that, hold on, I think there's one more thing on the bottom here. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. So I guess he lists whoever Blue Ribbon is. Blue Ribbon has us in 11th, and Lindy's has us in 11th as well.
Yeah. If anything, he's going to have us a higher ranking because he covers us.
Again, I think we're. Look, I think right off the bat, we got to go 3-0 in Walsh, right?
And an
that loss killed us.
impressively.
Yes,
Yeah.
that loss really set the tone for the season. People walked out of there, including us, and including people when I was there. Shocked, disappointed, but I thought maybe it was a blip on the schedule, a bump in the road, and it really turned out to be prophecy of how we actually had our season, how our season actually turned out. So we need to really, like you said, impressively beat who we have to beat at Walsh, and let it go from there.
And Nick, I would also say if we're 10-10 in conference, we play 20 conference games, right?
Right.
So if we are 10-10 in conference, go 2-1 in the Maui Classic, and win the games we're supposed to win at Walsh, we're going to at least
and
be on
at
the,
the Rock. And
right.
and
But I mean, yeah,
and
win the
lose
games
at
that we're
Kansas State. Right.
I mean, we're going to be on the bubble.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We'll come into the last week of the season talking about a win or two in the Big East tournament, and we might actually get a bid.
Yeah, and that would be amazing compared to where we were last year.
Yep. All right, so get back to my question before. What do you think our ceiling is? Nick had his answer. Paul, what do you think?
Well, I think that 17 wins, winning our home games in the league, with the exception of the top 2 or 3 teams. So, like a 7-13 in conference, 8-12 in conference, and 17 wins overall would not be a bad year.
Would you be happy with the NIT bid?
Yeah, after last year, to play in the postseason at any level would be a treat.
And again, off the top of my head, I don't have the roster in front of me. Do we have any seniors, Nick?
We have
we have a
Jacob
couple
Dar, who's a senior. Stephen Payne's a senior. Josh Rivera's a senior. AJ Stanton McCred, redshirt senior. Elijah Fisher's a senior.
All right,
And
so we have
David
a lot of seniors.
Gabriel.
Okay.
David Gabriel's a senior. So yes.
So how many? Bud Clark's a junior, right?
Adam Bug Clark is a junior.
And who are our main players besides those guys? What I'm trying to set the stage for would be, making the NIT is a stepping stone for next season, and who's coming back next season.
Oh, and Patrick Schumannick's a graduate student, so he's a senior too.
Clark, Simpkins, Hines, Parker, and Mike Williams III, who we haven't talked about, are all guys who are all undergraduates. Will be playing college basketball in 2027.
Plus our 2 big guys, Godswill and
and Godswill is right.
NBA.
Hines,
Anyone ever see Luigi? You ever see the documentary on Netflix called Last Chance U?
Yes, I did.
So that's what this kind of reminds me of, right? These guys who all went elsewhere and then come back for their senior year. This is like their last chance.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I just thought of that because now that's really what college basketball is, right? And we have all these guys. This is their last chance.
Well,
by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not. The NCAA came down with a ruling last week that only permits the college football to have 1 portal, not 2 like they've had. So it's only one time.
2 portals. What do you mean 2 portals?
Well, there was a spring one. It was a spring one and a winter one.
2 windows.
2 windows. Now there's only 1 window. So they haven't really said much about the college basketball yet, but you got to figure it's hopefully shrinking, right? That's what we need.
I didn't see that, but I hope so. I mean, I remember a couple of months ago, I was on here and I kind of was quite critical of the way that the transfer portal was being executed, and I think validly so. So we'll see how that transpires over the next 12 months and beyond.
And Nick, you were talking about Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about this before. Fisher went from a crazy situation at Texas Tech to a 0-20 season at DePaul, to going and hiding out in the West Coast Conference for a year at Pacific.
Yeah.
Staten McRae was at Miami last year, where the coach quit in the middle of the season. I know that Mike Williams, the third, kind of got caught in the numbers game at LSU. So I think all of the guys have something. There's at least 3 or 4 guys on our team,
Right.
who are kind of looking to redeem themselves after kind of having some pretty odd careers in college basketball.
Yeah, they have a chip
Hopefully
on
that
their
works
shoulder
well.
because they've had some success early on, right? So
Hopefully that works to our advantage.
yeah.
How many other teams can say that they have 2 players whose coaches got fired in the middle of the season? Well, we have Fisher and and Staten McRae both played for 2 coaches in the same year.
Any thoughts on Bruce Pearl resigning suddenly? Anybody?
Well, his son got the job, right?
Yeah.
And he's probably making as much money, if not more, in his new gig. Something's up. Maybe his health. I don't know. You don't want to speculate that, but who knows?
All right. So what else we got today, folks? What's on? Any more topics to bring up?
I just want to real quick because I just want to make sure I'm right with this. And I know Bobby, Paul, and Luigi, I don't know about Eli too much. Big Yankee fans. So
Oh boy, here we go.
6 games to go, and
Yeah.
we're 2 behind first place, correct?
We're
Yes.
losing right now.
And
And
we're
we're
losing,
losing
and we
the
have the 3 with the White Sox and 3 with the Orioles.
Correct.
So we could go 6-0.
Emphasize
We gotta-
should go 6-0.
Go on, Lou. Go
We're
on.
losing
Luigi.
now at the top of the ninth.
Oh
I was
God.
going to say we should go 6-0. We had a 1-0 lead going into the 6th inning, and then they show their. I've never seen a team that shows their best so much against some of the best teams, and then shows their worst against teams that they should be absolutely not losing sleep over. They are now down 2-1 to the White Sox. I just saw Ahmed Rosario stare at something like it was, like he saw a UFO. I don't understand how this team continues to get captivated by its own mistakes, time and time again.
More
And,
importantly, how's Toronto doing?
Al Pacino,
Toronto lost.
Toronto lost. Okay. So
They're
we
losing. They're losing. They're losing.
because
But
Toronto
Boston
plays
won.
Boston, right?
Hang on.
Yes.
What happened?
Toronto's playing Boston,
Yes,
Yes.
we need Boston to win the next 3 days.
but we need to win, or Boston will pass us.
Yeah, we need to win too. Obviously, yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
I don't know.
And Heel pitched pretty well tonight.
Heel pitched bizarrely. Like Heel pitched. He. I think Boone was the one who coined this phrase. He pitched the way that he always does, effectively wild. It is painful to watch, but the results usually end up being pretty okay.
He has good stuff. He just has bad control.
He has good stuff. It's like what my trainer used to say about me. When you let go of that ball, the only one who knows where it's going is God.
Like Calvin Nuke LaRouche, right?
That one
You
I
don't
don't.
know who Calvin Epe Nuke LaRouche
No, I'm sorry.
is? No, nobody watched Bull Durham.
No.
It's been a while.
By the way, Nick, Cleveland won. They were on Boston's tail. Cincinnati lost, and the Mets were down 5-0. They're now winning 7-6. So a Met win tonight, and they're back in the last playoff spot.
The Mets and the Yankees have had bizarrely similar situations at times this year.
Very much so.
But
It's always an up and down roller coaster.
The Yankees have the second best record in the American League, right?
Which just goes to
That's
show how
insane.
it just goes to show how dominant they were in the first part of the season and for about 6 weeks just recently. But and what I'll say is it's kind of interesting because on one hand, people will say, unfortunately, they don't get to face Chicago and Baltimore throughout the postseason. In my mind, it's fortunately we don't have to face Baltimore and Chicago throughout the postseason because somehow it's the below average teams that they keep playing down to their competition.
But didn't we just sweep Baltimore though?
Yeah, but that's not been the track over the course of the season. Like I would rather face Seattle or Toronto then I would rather face Baltimore, which is a ridiculous thing to say, but it's true.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Nope.
Nicole,
All right.
Nicole, I will ask Nicole a question. Is Travis finished?
Yes.
Wow. Is he going to retire?
I would recommend he retire just
Now.
to save his career.
I think he's done after 25.
Yeah.
I
don't
agree with
think
that
he-
one. He'll finish out the season.
You said you do or don't agree with that one?
I agree.
Especially now. I mean, they've started 1-2, and frankly, they're an 0-3 team that's only 1-2 because they played the Giants.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
Nope.
yeah, sorry, Giants fans. I don't know why I tripped over myself there. I literally watched the game. Yeah. So and there was a statistic about, when you're 1-2, you start 1-2. I think it's like 28% of teams, go on to make the playoffs. When you go 0-3, it's down to I think it's like 3% or something, if that. But this is about as much of an 0-3 team that's got a 1-2 record as I've ever seen. So I have always, I'm a huge Big Red guy. Again, obviously I respect what he did in Philly. However long he's in KC, I'll always still see him as the a Philly legend. That being said, it's harder and harder year after year to see this guy, or to see this team rather, as the unfallible force that they once were. I mean, even last year when they had their most wins that they had with 15 wins, how many of those games were they very Minnesota Vikings-esque, and one player, one call or one pick or whatever, from being a completely different game? They literally were winning by 3, 4, 2 points, and that's not sustainable year to year.
Luigi, nobody beats Father Time.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly.
But Scoop, one of the things about that team
Yes, sir.
is I follow a lot of the old Bill Parcells. You are what your record says you are.
Yes.
That team is 1-2. And as you pointed out, a lot of teams that played exactly the way they did would be 0-3. They still have a little bit of whatever it is that gets you through the close games. I mean, if they went 9-8 and were the last team to make the playoffs this year, would you count them out in terms of
No.
being able to get to a Super Bowl? You figure somebody figure something out after the game.
I'd say incomplete. It would depend on a lot of factors for me. Who do they have to face the first week? Are they playing?
That's true.
There's just so much other information I need to answer that question, honestly.
And it is, the NFL is so much about matchups.
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants got duped again. I keep saying this. I'll say it again when I start my show soon, hopefully. But the Giants, they got duped with Daniel Jones. He had that great year, and he added time to the big contract with Denham Screwing. That's right. Giants got duped last week when Russell Wilson had 450 yards passing against Dallas. Everybody thought, oh, he's back. He's all right. He's okay. But look what happened this week. Chicago destroyed Dallas. So maybe it wasn't Russell Wilson. Maybe Dallas just has a bad defense.
I don't want to do this to Nicole, but they made Caleb Williams have a 4 TD and no interception day.
That's what I'm saying. So we all this stuff about Russell Wilson. Oh, they came so close. Let him keep starting for the Giants. Maybe he doesn't have it after all. Maybe he's not done yet. No, Dallas was just that. I'm sorry, Nicole. Dallas was just that bad on defense.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I'm just saying how the Giants always get duped with the quarterback situation. We thought Russell Wilson was back after playing Dallas last week, and it just turns out Dallas right now doesn't have a good defense.
No, we knew that coming into this, though.
So Russell Wilson really wasn't back. It was just the fact that they played a bad defense. Because as Scoop said, what's his name from Chicago had a great game too.
I didn't even watch that game, honestly.
So Giants get duped again.
Yeah,
so now we're gonna rush Jackson Dart in there now because all the fans want that, right?
He's gonna get hurt.
That's the only freaking reason they're doing it is for two things: the fans, and because it's a CYA effort by Brian Dable and company.
and I said at the top of the show earlier, play Jameis Winston at least. Yeah, he'll give you 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, but you're going to get your wide receivers involved. And
Yeah.
is Jackson Dart really going to throw that much better than Russell Wilson behind this line?
No.
Probably not. No.
No, and I would argue worse, because at least Russ Wilson has at least 13 years of NFL experience. He understands the clock of the game. He understands how to. He spent time behind this line. He knows how to. He knows what certain guys can do and what Evan Neal can't do. Which is pretty much anything. Which is unfortunate to say as a Bama fan, but he knows how to adapt to different things in the NFL. He knows at least some element of just the things that rookie quarterbacks tend to struggle with. And the fact that they're going to go in and they're going to put Jackson Dart, who a lot of people thought in a good situation should sit a year, and now you're going to make him go in and start in a situation that, no, not a good situation. I was not the Brian Daboll fan that a lot of people were, because I saw a decent amount of what happened in Buffalo and wasn't as thrilled about it as some people are. And it just, I don't see this as, not only do I not see this as a good idea going forward for the Giants, I see this as horrendously unfair to Jackson Dart, and I genuinely feel bad for the kid.
I mean, how many times have we, Giants are in our division, so I kind of keep track of it. How many times do you see the Giants do this every season? It's just they don't learn from their past mistakes, and that's why I think you saw a lot of fans last year get very fed up to the point where they were putting banners for the Maras to sell the team.
I'm gonna say this now. Let me get this on record now. If I don't think it's gonna happen, but if Jackson Dart is a dud, take Eli Manning and send him as far away from the Giants as possible. They rely too much on what Eli Manning thinks. The reason why we had Daniel Jones, he went to Eli Manning passing school, and they're good friends with his quarterback coach. And
I didn't even know that.
All right,
But look at how Daniel Jones is doing now, though.
Exactly.
But that's because he actually has weapons. He actually has a competent offensive quarterback.
Offensive line.
Offensive line. It's
So Bobby,
Eli face the Jack factor.
So Bobby, you don't want,
everybody's winning in Indiana now.
now you don't want to draft Arch in 2 years, then, Bobby?
No, Arch. Have
he's
you seen college football?
I think he's a dud.
Can I add something real quick that I was talking about on WTS last week?
Yes.
For about 30 seconds. People, and I wonder if this is now, when you start seeing these resurgences that are happening for quarterbacks like Mayfield, whether you want to say, a Darnold or a Smith, seemingly now a Jones. I wonder if this now makes teams look and say, okay, we need a quarterback, but just because that's what we need, should we actually draft a quarterback? Because should we go in and worry and actually think about building up this team first, so that when we put in a rookie in there, he's not running for his life. He's not throwing to a bunch of, he's not throwing to a bunch of, rubber bins out there. And he's not, got 0.26 seconds, before he has to either get rid of the ball or, be chewing AstroTurf for dinner. I don't know that just because I think more teams are realizing now, just because we need a quarterback doesn't mean that it should be the first thing we should go and get, because we got quarterbacks now coming in from college. We all know this. You've got quarterbacks coming in from college now who are coming out of the some of the best situations with some of the best coaches, with some of the best receivers. That's why they're going so high. And now they're going into some of the worst situations with some of the, most unstable, regimes and one thing or another. That is a major transition to be making in a much faster game with a much different, pro style offense in a lot of different cases. And I just wonder if teams now are finally realizing, just because we need a quarterback because we've been so bad at that position for 5 years, doesn't necessarily mean that we should rush to draft somebody and then stick them in there on week 1 and be shocked by week 10 when, he's thrown 37 picks and 5 touchdowns because he's got no line, no receivers, no ability to adjust to the up tempo part of the game or the advanced clock part of the game, and now he's out there getting booed by the fans because his numbers are so bad. So now his confidence is shot too.
Preach.
Who's considered the best quarterback in football right now?
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't even know.
I mean, past couple of years.
Oh,
I mean-
because I was gonna say if you meant the first 3 games, I think there's some argument that it's Daniel Jones, but
Yeah.
past couple of years,
Patrick Mahomes.
I'd still have to say Pat Mahomes, even though he got his
No, not from last year.
No,
I would
you're
say
right.
Jared Allen or Lamar Jackson.
Here's my point, though.
Jared Allen?
I wouldn't even go there. No.
Here's my
No.
point,
No,
though. It's,
well, in fantasy, they're doing the best numbers.
here's my point. It's Pat Mahomes, and what did Pat Mahomes do? He sat a year.
But
What
Pat
did Aaron
Mahomes
Rodgers
doesn't.
do? He sat 3 years.
Right, but Pat Mahomes
also
doesn't
had-
put up great fantasy numbers.
Oh, he did, but I think
No, not the last year or
But-
so.
not the past couple
Just
years.
to check, I also want to add he sat behind Alex Smith. He had Andy Reid in there, who already had a team that was winning a good amount of games for the past 5 years that he was there. He had, they had just brought in Kelsey a couple years before. They had Tyreek Hill for a chunk that he was there. So he
Yankees
actually
scored.
had. What happened?
Sorry, Yankees scored.
What happened?
I don't know, but I have base hit.
Oh.
Scores
Sorry.
tied.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. I'm behind you.
Volpe scored on a wild pitch.
I'm just going to say one last thing though on this. And Paul said this last week. The most likable guy in any football team is the backup quarterback when their regular quarterback isn't doing well.
Best job in football.
And
Backup quarterback.
I am going. It is my son-in-law to be's bachelor party on Saturday. So
Congratulations to them, by the way.
So thank you. So we're going, and it should be.
Are you
fun.
bringing a video camera with you?
Am I
Where are you going?
to the Giant game
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday?
Okay.
A
the
hidden
Giant game?
video camera is always a good idea to bring to your son-in-law's bachelor party. You never
Wait.
know.
Wait, Nick, did you say that you said that you're going to a Giant game?
Yeah.
Wow, so your son-in-law is going to be the closest one there to a ring.
Mm.
Oh, I'm gonna use that.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah, we're doing something. I forget the place they said we're going to afterwards. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just along. I'm the father of the bride, so I'm the most least important person there. Yeah.
All right, final thoughts. All right, by the way, before we go to final thoughts, we're going to start a new segment this week. It's called Eli's Homework Assignment.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Eli's got to start learning about the
Yeah, put in
Pirates.
the work.
So we got to think of an assignment.
I got a segment for next week. Seton Hall, current Seton Hall basketball knowledge trivia contest. Nicole versus Eli.
Oh, Eli's gonna beat me 100%.
No, the other way around. I
don't know.
I know nothing
all the
about
way
this
around.
team.
All the way around.
I don't know. Let that mind be.
I
all the
know
way around.
nothing.
I know not much either.
I know absolutely
Who are you,
nothing.
Sergeant Schultz? I keep making these references that she has no idea.
I have no clue exactly.
You say
Battle
did you
0-0.
You say Sergeant Schultz?
Yeah, you know who I'm.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, there you go. I love
I have
this.
no idea.
I
what
know
it is.
nothing.
Yeah, I love him. That was 30 years ago, but he
Nicole.
knows this stuff.
Your
That was-
knowledge of pop culture, when does
that
it
was
end?
almost
2017?
That was almost
I'm
70
sorry?
years ago.
I said, when does your knowledge of pop culture, what's the sunset on it? It's like 2010, 2015?
I mean, it depends because I listen to stuff from the 80s and 70s, so I kind of go that far as well.
Okay.
I bet
But
you know this internet stuff though, right? Like these influencers,
Yes.
like Dion, or what's that guy's name?
What?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know? Now Luigi
I don't know
knows
who
what I'm talking
No, I
about.
don't know what you're talking about either.
Neon. He keeps popping up on my feed. Dion.
You said Dion. You said Dion. I thought you meant Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say
Neon
Deion
somebody.
Sanders, I know.
He dissed Justin Bieber or something.
I don't
Neon
know.
3?
Neon.
I don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
no.
I typed in Google and it brought me to a Chrysler model.
No, dude, Neon 3. He was going out with a girl named
That's exactly what I
Sam.
typed in. That is exactly what I typed in, and it brought me to a Chrysler model.
I have no idea what you're referring to. But Deion Sanders did go on Travis and Jason's podcast this week. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching that for Coach Prime.
All right, so before we go to our final thoughts, what is Eli's homework assignment this week?
Yeah, what is the homework assignment? I'm curious.
Because top of the show, Nick asked Eli a question and he didn't know.
But I wasn't going to do it on the air because that's not, that's not nice. Only do that to Nicole, but yeah.
Actually,
Nicole, your hair's in your. There you go.
Nicole's busy at work, so we can't give her the homework assignments. So I have to
No.
Eli, who's the student. So,
Eli, tell us who you think is going to be our best player in the upcoming year. Is that a fair one, Paul?
That's absolutely a fair one.
That's fair.
and also, Eli,
And
I want
why?
want a weekly report on this, Eli. Since you're on campus, just give us an idea. Get the pulse of what you hear. Have you made any friends yet? I'm sure
a couple of them. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. So what's the pulse of the Seton Hall, freshmen especially, or even the student body as far as the upcoming season?
All right. That'll be the homework.
I mean, I would have to. I mean, I don't think the student body. Again, I hate to say this. I'm not saying this as a diss or anything, but I think there's a certain level of student body who appreciate what the women's game brings, and I think we all know that they should be the better team this year.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the student body itself knows that just yet, because we're more of analysts and stuff, but we know what's going on. We see it, we feel it. We talk to the coach, we talk to the players. But I'm wondering if what's the really for both teams, what is the pulse? What are people talking about right now? By the way, according to Frank Raceballs, our soccer team is doing really well.
Yeah, I hear about that. I don't know if they won today. I wasn't watching the game, but
So your first. So what do you have this week? Your first camera assignment?
I'm doing tomorrow the camera for the women's soccer game. They take on Georgetown.
Awesome.
Nice.
Excellent.
Wait, Eli,
I got sort of a relevant question for Nicole. See if Nicole.
Hold on, wait, one
Sort of
second.
relevant.
Eli, do you live on campus?
No, I'm commuting.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I don't. Commuting's a lot easier.
I lived on campus all 4 years.
Nicole, you know who Lane Kiffin is, right?
Oh, you got to be freaking kidding me.
You don't know
Lane Kiffin?
Lane Kiffin.
Yes, I know who he is. He's big time down here.
So what's going on that there's a big controversy this week in his game?
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Do you know who Landry Kiffin is?
No.
Landry is Lane's daughter.
I don't know who that is either.
Oh my God. And Landry is dating LSU linebacker Whit Weeks.
Don't know who that is either.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh my God. And they are playing. So there is a little bit of intrigue down in Paul Feinbaum.
And I'll add the last thing for Nicole. Lane Kiffin is currently the head coach here at Ole Miss. And those two schools are big rivals in the SEC.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was gonna say she looked at me blank stare, and I was like, "Is the computer
Yeah,
lagging?" I was like, "Is the computer
You're
lagging?"
lucky if I pay attention to college football. The most I think I've watched was probably Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes last season, but I have not even paid attention to it at all this season.
Very well.
Did the Yankees just win?
Oh, don't even! Oh my God!
What's going on with them? I thought they were doing poorly.
Who? The
The Yankees are going to be
Yes.
one game out. What are you talking about?
Weren't they like doing really bad in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, we had a bad June.
Yeah, and
Okay,
everybody.
that makes sense.
No, they walked it off. They walked. Oh my freaking gosh! Oh my God!
Was it a walk-off?
What does
Yes,
that
it was a
mean?
walk-off. The Yankees are going to the playoffs.
Wait, what is a walk-off?
Yankees could win the division.
All right, hold on.
my God.
Hold on.
I'm
I'm going to
confused.
explain walk-off in Gister's terms.
Okay.
Ready?
It
A
was-
walk-off would be so my non-fandom of hockey. A walk-off would be when the guy shoots into the net, game over, celebration.
Overtime. Like an overtime win.
No, they win. They win. No overtime.
Yeah, and Nicole,
Nah,
in
no.
baseball,
No.
when you're home and you win a game in the bottom of the ninth, okay, the Yankees were down 2-1. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth. So they just got a base hit and they just scored the winning run and walked off the field.
So there was only one guy on?
Well, in other words, every time the Devils are in overtime and they lose with 16 seconds left on the clock to the other team,
that would be a walk-off for the
it's a
other team.
walk-off pretty much right
Yeah.
the other team.
You lost me.
Luigi, are you a big SEC fan now?
Yes, well, I've been a big SEC fan for the last 20 years, but yes.
So if I said the name Harvey Updike, you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole would have no idea.
I have no idea.
Harvey
How about
Updike
John?
is a crazy man
How
that
about
was
John
so
Updike?
passionate about Alabama. He went and killed trees and very famous trees in Auburn.
Yep.
And then called Paul Feinbaum and told him he did it. And the next day, the FBI called Paul Feinbaum. True story.
Yeah,
And
it
Harvey
is.
ended
And
up in jail.
I'm an Alabama fan, so
Yeah,
Who got the big hit?
Caballero did.
Caballero.
Yep.
Yes. Well, they walked Judge. I think they had runners. I think they walked Judge, and then then Bellinger got a hit, or they walked Bellinger, and Volpe scored on a wild pitch, and then Caballero got a base hit to score the run from second. Judge scored from second, and they won.
Was it in the 9th or the 10th?
Bottom of the ninth.
Okay, so the Manfred Man fraud wasn't in play yet. Okay.
No.
Oh god.
So they're now a game back at Toronto with 5 games left. They've got to win 2 more.
They got to
Boston
win
picked
2
up the
more
game.
against the White Sox, and then they got to beat the Orioles, and then they just need Boston to come through against Toronto.
Yeah, and Boston, I think, was beating Toronto. I don't know if that game is over. Cleveland already won, so they're still putting pressure on Boston.
Boston has gone final against Toronto with a 4-1 win.
Okay, and so Cleveland's still keeping pace. And I think the Mets were winning, and Cincinnati was losing.
Yeah, but Cleveland ain't in our division though.
No, but they're one game behind Boston for the wild card. So I'm rooting for them, because if Boston loses some games, I'd like to see them out before the playoffs even start, because I hate those people.
I hate them too, but I'm just saying that them losing right now is good for the division.
Yes, it is.
No, they didn't. They won 6-2. They won 6-2.
Nicole knows nothing about baseball.
Come on, Bill. We got the Queen
No
Devils
college
here.
football, but preseason
All I know is about hockey. What is up with the Devils? Why haven't they signed Luke Hughes? We're already
Because
2
Luke
preseason games in.
Because Luke thinks he's his brother. He's nowhere near his brother. He still has a lot to prove, and he wants his contract to end at the exact same time Jack's does, so that it puts the Devils in a really sticky situation.
But don't you want to keep Jack happy?
Yeah, but we don't have the cap space to give Luke what he wants right now.
Right.
Because of
Jack's
Andre.
always hurt, so
Yeah, I don't think he's proved his full potential either. I mean, I'd like to see all 3 Hughes brothers on the Devils, but if it becomes too costly and it becomes another Kovalchuk situation, I don't want it.
Well, I'd rather see the Hanson brothers, but that's a different problem altogether.
He doesn't know that reference either.
No, I know she doesn't.
Aren't they like the 3? Weren't they like a movie or something?
Paul
They
Newman.
were a 90s
Yes.
That's all I know, though. I don't know much
Slapshot.
about that.
So, Bobby, I'm going to have to go to work tomorrow. So
All right, now we're
We all
any final
do.
thoughts?
we all do. I got school tomorrow.
I don't.
He's
I don't.
retired.
Well, actually, I do. But
yeah,
2
that's
o'clock.
right. But he retired.
But my retirement job 2:00.
So my final thought is that the fact that Seton Hall is having an event that reaches out to the fans, gives them an opportunity to see what's going on inside, gives them some halfway decent food, and they can work on the dessert. I think that the university and the athletic department have to really recognize that they have to take care of the season ticket holders. That if they're going to be funded enough to make the revenue sharing payments, that these are the VIPs of the people like Nick, who is Mr. Seton Hall, that they're going to have to keep those folks involved and satisfied with the program. So to me, Nick, the fact that you first said it was a first class event is probably the most important thing that happened on Sunday.
Excellent. Paul, you'd be happy to know I won $200 on a parlay going against Rutgers. And I was very happy about that. Luigi, final thoughts.
Thanks again for having me on. Glad that we got to talk 3, but almost 4 sports today. We got a little bit of a hockey dusting in there at the end. Since we're all Jersey connected in some capacity. Hello, I don't know what that word was. That I just said. Shout out real quick to my favorite musician of all time. His birthday today, Mr. Bruce Springsteen's.
Bruce!
Wanted to acknowledge that he is my most played on Spotify for probably 10 years.
I knew I love Luigi. I knew it. Oh my God. Luigi, I just watched something. Bruce was asked by, I don't know who, but what Bruce's 5 favorite Bruce songs are.
Yeah.
You know them, right?
I haven't seen it, but I could probably guess.
Guess them.
Jungle Land.
Yes.
Gotta Be Born in the USA. Gotta be up there.
No, not no. Bruce says "Born in the USA" is the most misunderstood song he ever wrote.
It's anti.
Yes.
Well, I know he says it's misunderstood, but I still thought it would be one of his favorites because it kind of was the song that made him like his name. Badlands, was that up there?
Close.
Thunder
Road.
Jersey Girl.
Yeah, Thunder Road. That makes sense.
Thunder Road. Jungle Land.
Yeah, I said Jungle Land, and then
Nebraska. He liked Nebraska.
That's interesting. Wow. He's going really back catalog here, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna be on there, but I'll take a guess. Atlantic City.
No, I like Atlantic City.
So did I.
Blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night. I love that line. Yeah.
Me too. Maybe this is just me being like, this is my favorite song, so maybe I'm just hoping it's his. But Murder Incorporated.
No.
What are they? Because I'm way off.
You know what? It was definitely it was Thunder Road. It was Jungle Land. We're missing number 1, Born to Run.
Oh, see, I don't actually like that song all that much. So,
but that's the song that made him. Do you know Bruce played at Seton Hall?
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Sorry, Paul. Yeah.
Do you know Bruce played at Seton Hall? And I was there.
Oh, I didn't know you were there. That's wow.
1975. Yep.
And that's like a decade before he really blew up.
Yeah. I'm reading his book right now. The book that they wrote about Born to Run and how he was like teetering. He was the only guy in the cover of Time and Newsweek in the same week, ever.
That's impressive. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I cut. So
you got 3.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think it was Badlands.
Here, let me see if I can quickly type it in.
While you do that, if I've learned one thing from going to see Jackson Browne, it's that most artists do not like their hits. They like their older stuff that never really became popular because he didn't play. We actually had to beg him to play Running on Empty at his show in Atlantic City maybe 10, 15 years ago. Worst concert I've ever been to.
Wait, who was this you cut out?
Jackson Browne.
I actually saw Jackson Browne at the Garden and Bruce showed up.
I found
he was
it.
awful. He refused to play any of his hits. He played all his 60s like hippie music.
I found it.
We had to beg him to play Running on Empty. Like I was hoping he'd at least play Somebody's Baby. He wouldn't even touch it.
Wow. But yeah, I do agree with you. I've heard a lot of people say that artists don't like, as artists, that they don't like. Maybe it's because they have to. Maybe it's because they play them so much, just because that's what they know that the fans want to hear.
Yeah.
But Nick, so what I found was Born to Run, Thunder Road. I forgot about Racing in the Street. That makes sense.
Yeah, he said Racing in the Streets instead of Badlands. That's where I was wrong.
Jungle Land, and then I can't believe I forgot this one because I've actually done this one at multiple open mics and coffee houses when we were at Seton Hall. But The Rising.
Yeah, he said The Rising, and then he threw in Racing in the Streets. Yeah.
Racing in the Streets is, that just gets you.
Yeah, I honestly forgot about that one. Because he has so much, like, there's still a good amount of songs that I've only heard a couple times. I went to see him in concert when I was 15, and I want to go again because I didn't know his full catalog the way that I do now.
One last quick concert story. Seton Hall's playing down in Charleston Classic, and we were at the Booster Club, and we went to I think it was called Sticky Fingers, and it was a vodka and iced tea, and I had a few of those, and I was feeling good. And one of the guys, I think Hardy, said that Rick Springfield was playing at the Charleston Auditorium. So I just told my wife I'm going to take a walk. I ended up at the Charleston Auditorium because it wasn't far. I ended up going up, and some girl said, "Do you want a ticket?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. How much?" She said, "Don't worry, it's on me." And I ended up in the first row by myself without my wife because my wife's seeing Rick Springfield, and it was amazing.
Rick Springfield still plays.
Yeah,
I know. I was supposed to go to his concert earlier this year, but it broke
Yeah.
apart at the last minute. Also, question: you said the name Hardy. Did you mean Hardy like the country singer songwriter?
no, Hardy Jung. He's a Seton
Okay.
Hall regular.
Okay, because I was gonna say Hardy is like one of my
No,
favorite.
no, Hardy's one of the booster guys.
Okay, got it. My bad.
Big women's supporter.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he knows how. See, same Seton Hall is the same group of guys.
Eli, final thoughts.
Well, it was another great show, and I'm very disappointed actually by Sandy Burdella leaving the Liberty. The Liberty did not decided to let her go, so I'm very disappointed about that. She won a championship with them, and I'm disappointed that the Liberty let her go. But overall, good week. Hope for a good game tomorrow at the women's game tomorrow.
Eli, do you have a
let me
Facebook
know
yet?
how you did. Text me after you're done.
Yep.
I'm curious.
Eli, do you have a Facebook yet?
I do have a Facebook. I'm just trying to find out where the show is. Nobody's sent me the thing yet.
I'll do it right now.
And I will be the one to approve it.
I appreciate it.
Are you
my
the
final
one that
thoughts-
did? Wait. Who was the one that didn't approve Rick Cerrone?
Not me. That was not me.
Okay,
The Rick Cerrone?
the Rick Cerrone. Nicole said no
No.
because he didn't answer some question or something.
I'm thinking you have to answer answering the group rules helps to verify that one, you're a real person, and two, what your association is with Seton Hall, if anything.
Okay, Rick Cerrone is a real person, and we all know his association with Seton Hall.
I'll take your word for it.
You don't know Rick? Oh my God!
No,
And she did. It's her that didn't approve him.
no. I actually have not touched the approval stuff in a while.
Oh my God! He played for the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Indians.
I don't follow baseball like you do, so I really don't know.
Are we still on live stream right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll save the story for when we're not. Okay.
Eli, you're invited.
All right, appreciate it.
Why did Nikki just look at me like that? Like she looked at me like she was like I was in an interrogation office.
Because apparently you have something to say that doesn't gel well on live air.
It's not illegal. It's just it's just a personal thing about my family.
Okay. Does it have to do with Tyler?
No, but again, I if I wanted to say it now, I would have said it now.
My final thoughts, like I said, basketball's around the corner, folks. We're getting ramped up. We're getting our things in place. And that's it. Nick?
Yeah. So I say this a lot, but this show is now often imitated, but it can never be duplicated because of the panelists that we have. You could never get this chemistry, and I don't know. It's totally organic, and then you put Eli on, and it just clicks. It just always clicks, and yeah, I love being a part of this. 4,000 views. Bobby said during the season, maybe we'll get 5,000. So guys, let's just keep up what we're doing, and yeah, everyone have a good week.
I think we should get we should be out. We'll see. I'll do the cost and whatnot. But we should get 5,000 little cards made up, and we each take a handful. Well, Luigi, you're kind of disadvantaged. You're down there, but what I'm saying is we're gonna meet one day. We're gonna have a live show, right? And I'm gonna get cards made up that we just hand out to our fans.
What's all this?
So
What's
they
all
know
this?
about the show itself.
It's like the third time my hometown has been dissed this week.
No, I'm saying because you're in Mississippi.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like the third time someone said, "Oh, you're at a disadvantage. You're down there."
Why are you giving Bobby lip? If it wasn't for Bobby, you wouldn't be on this show.
Okay, Kurt.
Rule number one: don't give Bobby lip.
Oh, for the crying out loud! I just combined two phrases there because I can't even think straight.
And Eli, also another assignment you have. It's an ongoing assignment. Try to get some of your fellow freshmen and let us tell them about the show itself.
Yep, will do.
Yes, please do. let them know about the group, the Facebook group. Get them on Facebook, then get them to the group, and then we'll get them on here eventually.
Yeah.
All right.
Nicole, Gister, take it away.
We're still kind of in like limbo when it comes to like, the season and stuff, but definitely make sure you tell your friends about the Facebook group. Make sure that you get them to invite, to join the group. If you have to do it for them, please do so. We want to increase our membership as much as we can, especially young people, young Seton Hall current students. Please join this group. It's great for networking with alums, especially if you don't really know what you want to do with your career yet. There's a ton of people here that can help you with that. Great community. That's how I met most of my alumni friends here. And once the season is in full swing, we'll have new banners. We'll have new, well, not really new Game Thread graphics, but the Game Thread graphics are going to return. And I know that's like a big part of the Facebook group as a whole. Eli, you'll see, like it gets like a lot of traction.
And I'm thinking also, if again, I'm not sure what my winter schedule is going to look like yet. I'm hoping to work from home more than have to be up here because it's kind of dead up here except for the holidays and whatnot. So that being the case, if I am up here and I can't make a game, rest assured we're going to have we're going to start doing post-game shows as well.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, so we can really watch the games and break them down and then, talk about them.
Are we going to do the pregame show again? Or are we going to kind of move that to postgame? We'll talk about it.
If we're going to talk out loud. You want to talk yeah, let's talk out loud. People can hear it. And let me know what your thoughts are. We have a lot of people. Like I said, we have new panelists. We got Duncan Nick Morgan coming back. We got Eli joining us. So we could actually take on a few more people. Not to say to be on this show, but maybe, hey, right now we're once a week, right?
Yeah.
But what's going to happen when we start getting 3 men's game a week, 2 women's game a week? We're not going to be able to, we're going to do a show once a week, rest assured of that. But a lot of our information is going to be emanated through the pre and post game shows.
Yeah.
So I really think if at all possible, we do a women's pregame show this year as much as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe not as long, maybe a quick 15-minute show just to highlight what's happening, who they're playing, quick matchups and whatnot, and thoughts about that. And the men's show could be a little bit longer. And depending on my schedule, I can either host it or go behind the scenes like I did last year. I know we should still have some St. Mary's basketball to do this year, so
yep.
Eli and I will have to figure that out. But we're gonna. What I'm saying is, I think we could add a few more members if we had to. Frank's been coming on live past month. So we're definitely not oversaturated yet. So I think other stuff we can do.
My thoughts on that. I love the women's pregame show idea. And I think Nick Morgan, because he's not in the band for a women's game. No?
I think he's still in the band.
Do the band go to women's games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, they do.
Yeah, then that might not be great for him, but I think he would be good for that. And the other thing, because a lot of us, what doesn't really work about the games, the home games, is that we're there. So, and we really don't have a place to go. I was thinking a post-game show after away games, like as a no-brainer.
That could be something.
Yeah, post-game after away games.
Because I know that initially we decided to do pre-game so that we wouldn't coincide at the same time as Hall Line. But at this point, I'm like, does that really matter still? Can we kind of
No, and I think that the people who won't call Hall Line will be more inclined if they listen to Hall Line and listen to us to ask us questions because it's much easier.
That's true.
Right? Just pop it in the box.
We could do we could kind of advertise. I could put it in the game threads. We do
I think
show, and then people will be more aware that it's going to happen.
Definitely after away games, a post-game show. Yeah.
And I might even be able to, because it's still a month or so off yet, figure out a way to even take phone calls during a post-game show.
That would
my wife watched our show last week for the first time, and I think I said this to Nicole. she liked it. She thought we should take callers and said I was mean to Luigi. So that was but
Wow.
but the callers would be cool.
Yeah, I should be finishing up my studio up here. So hopefully, once that is there, we should be able to take callers.
I love how
We
that's
could
like
do
the one
callers and the box, right? That
And the
would be
box,
great.
yeah.
Poor
that would be
Snoop gets
great.
bullied on this show.
What'd you say happens on this show, Nikki?
I said, poor you. You get bullied on this show.
And surprisingly, it's not by you, which is wild.
I know.
You're like one of the nicest ones to me.
Wait a minute. Luigi, who in this? I'm gonna ask you a legitimate question. Who would you want in a foxhole with you, Nicole or me?
In a foxhole?
And that's the question to judge somebody. Who would you like? I would take Bobby in a foxhole with me in a nanosecond. That means who would have your back more than anyone?
What's a foxhole?
Oh God, we're done.
Just
Show's over. We're done.
Just end the show. Just end the show. Hit the button. Have a good night, everyone.
What's a foxhole? Oh my
Wait, 1 second.
God.
My audio. Wait. Did you say what's a foxhole?
What's
Yeah.
the foxhole? She said.
Oh, sweet.
Just hit the button.
Just hit the goodbye button.
You know what? We're on Reed Street, right? I don't even see a goodbye button. I don't
Yeah,
get this thing.
there is no goodbye button.
It should be at the top of the screen.
The leave button's in
End
the top
stream or
right.
something. I don't know.
Oh, end stream. I see. End stream.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nicole, your homework assignment. What's the foxhole?